Okay, welcome to our 113th session of this part of the storyline.
That poor storyline.
Well, it has survived pretty well so far. And I am slowly putting in notes for the 84 sessions that predated the campaign. So that will eventually have notes as well. So, tonight we are up to Phase 3, Season 1, Episode 19. And noting down that in some games I actually managed to run 25 sessions for the game year, which meant only one night off that year for that game.
True. Interesting.
While 26 is every night on.
Yeah.
So it doesn't happen very often. I think I had one Shadowrun game in 10 years did that.
That's interesting.
Okay, so
We have.
So today we have online. I'll start with Jeremy.
Good evening all. Yes, I'm playing Tyranny, the Atruaghin tribesman who started as a humble watchman, but has apparently been chosen by Atruaghin himself, as along with some other immortals he's apparently gained the interest of, like Tar, and has now been selected as being the chief of the Jack Clan Chiefs, having been made the chief of the Dragon Clan, i.e. encompassing all the Dragonborn, well, potentially in the world, but...
And being given dragon characteristics.
And as part of that, yes, has been converted from the human that he started to the abomination of a half-dragon.
Yes.
On screen currently.
Yes, but not a dragonborn. He's rather different.
And if
No,
you,
not a dragon mod.
Yes.
And I did dig out that little miniature to represent him for the moment.
Nice.
I thought you'd appreciate
He's obviously way too heavily armoured, and I don't carry a big axe.
I know, but I didn't have much in the way of choices for that.
Yes.
No, that's right.
At the table today, I believe we have Therion trying to join in.
Yes.
Just
check his little.
all good. And we have at the table Kesley.
Hello, hello. I am playing Lonnie, the many named.
That one looked closest to a trade, and so I dug that one out.
No, that's fair.
Many titles.
Though it is
Yeah.
abidant.
Holder of many titles. Tries to collect more titles than Pokemon. Human fighter. Now going through the whole stage of she put the title of Undying on herself, and now realizing, you know what? Even titles you give yourself, words have power. So there we go.
It's amazing what happens in a fantasy game where words have power.
Yes. As the comment happened on chat, the life and death of Lani, and my comment, the life and death of Lani,
Yeah.
because that's more appropriate.
Absolutely.
Next in line we have is Paul.
Who is Cruel, the party healer, face, diplomat, medic, cook, assistant transport, and pretty boy, and artillery piece.
And with a new nemesis incoming.
Yes.
Well, hey, if people want to suggest it to the GM's going to go, sure, why not?
Yeah. Well, you have specified that people having a nemesis is a really good idea.
And next
Hello,
up we
Mr.
have
Bruce.
is Ariadna.
No, we have Calcrix. The White Dragon, the Jazz Wing,
Yes.
and the Bling.
Let's just make that bigger.
Showing off the
There we
bling.
go.
Show off
Oh,
the
The
bling.
big
wing.
screen.
I like it.
That's scary on that screen.
The dragon should be scary.
She's large size. She's usually scary, especially when she's running at cute things, asking to cuddle them.
Yes.
So, coffee? Charge. Splat. Whoops.
Yeah. Yes, but think of the size of coffee mug she needs now.
As I said, it's not laziness or unwillingness to do dishes. It's a trend I'm starting.
I like it. I like this trend. I think Calcrix needs those, those coffee mugs that are like the size of mixing bowls.
Yeah.
Yes.
Although hers would probably be one of those huge size cauldron or
Yeah.
pots.
Well,
Yes.
we did have the big Superman and Batman steins that we did
We still have
copies
them.
for other people.
There you go.
There's the infamous 2 or 3 years ago, Emmy had like 8 shots in it, and
Yeah.
we filled it, and she
Oh.
drank the whole thing.
Yeah.
This is pre-baby, so.
Oh, I bet she was
3 years
really
ago.
awake.
Yeah. Yeah. Place I used to go to in Civic used to have their mega chino. Was the name for it because the different size chinos. It was one of those soup bowls
Yeah.
that looks like a coffee mug. It's got a handle on the side and everything, but it's big. It's 2 full mugs.
Arguably,
It's 2
I've
of
been
these.
given some mugs,
3,
soup bowl
actually.
mugs like that, and I
Yeah.
thought they were like
Coffee
just
mugs.
giant
Drinks.
chocolate coffee
Yeah.
mugs.
I ought
No,
to order
soup.
some of these from the
But-
States, so you can
yeah.
go to service stations. You can get 96-ounce giant
Super giant.
thermoses
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I don't know what 96 ounces is, but it sounds like a
It's a-
lot just
it's a-
because of the 96.
This-
Okay, it's a bucket.
This much.
Super
Yeah,
size.
this
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
like 20 something ounces.
This is
Or
a
26.
this is probably around 32 ounces.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Double
So,
that. Sorry,
3 times
three
this.
of that.
Yeah, 3
Yeah.
of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The nice thing about that was the coffee they made, really nice coffee. I was told after I'd finished that every single other person that had got the Megachino had never finished it.
Oh, obviously I'd never encountered it, but
Well, no.
yeah,
Cafe
We'll
S1E19.
wait and see.
yeah.
Oh, is she gonna fit?
I was gonna say, is she gonna fit? She might have to go down one size.
That's the equivalent of the dragon being in play with you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, true,
you-
because
you
that is
take
large
up that
size
much-
limit.
She
you take up that
did.
much
She
space.
has had to change size last session.
Mm.
She had to go down to medium.
Yeah, at
and-
least you can.
Yeah.
Very useful.
Actually, that one's. I dug that one out for Llewell.
Yep.
It's an actual warlock.
Yeah. So
Okay. Okay.
Calcrix,
The
White
concrete part
Dragon,
is
Jazz
important.
Wings,
Yes.
Companion
Oh, of course.
Eat,
And even scale armor.
holder of the Black Pearl, literal.
But hey, not bad for a pre-printed mini.
Yeah.
Not the ship, but an actual Black Pearl.
Yeah.
Probably from the Dragon Pearl.
I'm sure Lonnie and Bryn would be talking to you if it was the ship.
Yeah. Like, why have you not handed that over to us yet?
Well, funnily enough, I was looking back through my notes to make sure I've got update on all my gear.
Yeah.
And did note that we were actually, we did spend some time on a ship called the Black Pearl because one of my pen pals is Captain Sparrow, who
Right.
handed the Black Pearl over to us to do part of our journey amongst the Erendi Isles.
Nice.
And that works well for our other 2 players.
Very nice.
Brina and Strin.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Both very Norse style figures.
Yeah. This is gonna be interesting trying to fit the minis through.
But hey, that sort of gives you an idea of how tight quarters it actually is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And for Jeremy, who's online,
Yep. Yep. As I said, the dragon was filling the corridor.
Yep.
the GM view of what it looks like. Yes, you basically take up everything on the way in,
Yeah.
and Drazzle takes up more
The
than it
rest
should.
of it. Yeah.
Just for your gear notes,
Yep.
I didn't have 2 looking glass. I did have 2 looking glass,
You
but
gave
I repaired
one.
one and gave one to you. So.
Yeah.
Because I remember one session recently, I'm like, I've got
Yeah,
2, and
you
they're
gave-
like, no, wait a minute.
We've got 1.5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've given one to someone.
Yeah.
So that's how I.
But we did get the damaged one and fix it.
Yeah, that's it.
And while I write some notes on here, was someone going to give us a recap of what happened last session?
Yes.
So
Hopefully. I was gonna say, do you...
Lani, because I wasn't able to write that session.
Okay. So we have begun our journey down into the wellspring of entropy, which is scary. So we started down a corridor, and that was the first battle of who's going first. Lonnie got hit by...
Not who's on first?
Not who's on first.
Pretty much the
What's
same
on
thing.
second?
Have the session number for the last session?
112.
112.
Yeah.
So we started in the corridor. Lonnie got hit by a black tip dart with the word Lonnie written on it. With that allowed her to see the multiple realities as they walk through. And so she was able to see every time that they didn't make it, but while also focusing on the times that she does make it. It's confusing for Lonnie, so she's just kind of like not really explaining to the others what she's seeing. She's just becoming more and more like Drazzle.
Well, she also understands that if she describes what's happening,
Then
you
it
may have
becomes
to make
true,
it
Sorry,
happen.
Cat will
Exactly.
It's not that it
No,
becomes
that's
true,
right.
you
Part
have
of
to
it,
make it
yeah.
happen.
Oh, right, because then, yeah.
You have to
Paradox.
find history.
Yes.
It's,
And
it's
apparently-
the observer effect. Once you've observed it and stated you've observed it, that's what's going to be.
Yeah, that's what's
Yeah.
going to be, and I have to make it happen, otherwise it's a problem.
Otherwise, the world breaks, and
And,
it's your fault.
And things come
Exactly.
after you to erase you from existence.
yep.
Yes.
And so, this is why Lonnie has become an extremely important figure in time. Literally. She is the speaker of the first word and the last word, according to last session.
So next time you're in an argument with your partner, remind them of that.
I had the last word. Literally!
The first and last word.
I am the speaker of the last word, so...
Yes.
I can't guarantee that that's not what she said to whoever ends up being one of her partners along the way. So, so we move along as we're going. We see some stones. I cut my hand and fix it, and then wrap it up as we fall down into a flooded corridor. We
Oh, I feel like you should mention the many deaths of Drachnema.
there were many deaths of
Many
Dracula.
deaths.
No. The only important thing that happened was he saw the spear coming and dodged aside. Nothing
And
else
that's as
happened.
much as Dracula knows, and that's as much as Lonnie will ever tell Dracula.
Yep.
So
I fucking didn't tell Jackie about anything.
exactly.
Just
So
like Drazzle.
yeah.
Yes, and for the same reason.
But
For the
it
same
also
reasons.
showed that Calcrix was the only one who didn't kind of do things.
Yeah,
So we started
There's
sending her
there's
forward.
there's this reason why Lonnie can't see Calcrix's outcomes, and she's accepting of that, knowing that Calcrix has some black tips and also some blue scales, so maybe she has some thing to do with the element there. So it is what it is. It's all good. So we head down to the flooded corridor. We're being very careful not to hit the sharp things. And we see a submerged room, and that's when Calcrix goes ahead and has a dance-off with some crabs.
I loved that.
Oh, I forgot about the crabs.
Yeah, you had a dance-off.
That was fun.
You was click, clack, click, clack, click, clack. And then that's when you find an oyster. It says it's in the service of Pearl, the dragon god who is of the Great One, basically.
And a black pearl too. She
Yeah,
does.
so, and it gets a black pearl. So now Calcrix has that on her. We head down the other corridor. We go up out of the water onto a landing, and then we head down into like a pure black porridge sludge. He pops in, gets a little bit bigger, so we believe it is just eking of entropy, essentially. So we find, thanks with Eep, find a silver door, which when you go through the silver door, the black comes off. But of course, Eep couldn't go through. In there's an altar glowing green, 2 core statues, shaped with large lizard things, which is dinosaurs, and a bone mace. Strin picks up the mace. and uses it to repel the black ooze as we
Which
head on
had
out.
the equivalent of water, so therefore very
Yes.
handy for Strin.
Very,
Does
very
not
handy.
like water.
So, yeah, Strin is not a fan of water, and we're going to
No.
make fun of him until he tells us what's up. So we head on back towards the jail cells to try to find way back to the Chamber of Guardians.
Yes.
And that's all I get.
Okay, so yes, you found a secret door with a bunch of statues in there. Roughly looking like that room there, which Jeremy can't see too well because everyone's standing in front of him.
Right.
This one?
Yes.
Alright. So a bunch of statues?
A bunch of statues all around it.
Okay.
I shall describe it again as I did describe it last time briefly.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, this massive chamber appears to be... Let's see if it's the right level. Let me just check. That is the
Could be.
previous level, so that was not the correct description.
Obviously a different room.
Definition of massive.
Okay, so this is slightly different. No longer massive.
Right.
The floor of this room is covered with small puddles and the walls are lined with statuary. Some of the statues depict graceful creatures, others are of women with children, and others are of fierce monsters. All the statues are well fashioned, but have deteriorated due to age and moisture. The stone glistens a green streaked red when struck by light, giving even the simplest and most innocent pieces an unwholesome look.
Right.
Though, looking at them, I will give any of you who wants to an insight roll.
I can insight. Real good.
Calcrix wants one anyway, because
Yeah.
that's what Calcrix is.
Why have I got that open?
Insight. I still have it written down my stats.
It's wisdom based, so you can work from there.
19?
19 for you. I will try to bring Ariadne's up, even though I haven't finished updating her sheet.
We'll get there.
In Siget. Right.
I think our anthem is when we eventually update Ariadne's sheet. Because
Well, the updating the other thing I
website's
did
such a
has
project.
well, it's what I just finished is the cornerstone of it all, so I can now add character details to it because it's now a character object,
Okay.
and each player has multiple character objects which I can now add detail to.
There we go.
So by building it in that way, I can now extend it as much as I want instead of trying to write custom stuff for everything.
That's fair enough. 23.
23.
Even with a suck roll, I love having expertise.
And how did Drachnamar go?
29.
That's just his best.
Calcrix had +8.
+8, that makes it 22.
Okay, so Lani's just like, statues.
Yeah, they're statues. They're there. There's there. There's there. There's there. They're
And
weird.
everyone else looking at it who got over 20
Yeah.
can see Lani's likeness in all the statues, including the monsters.
Love that.
So Caltrix is like, oh, look, they all look like Lani.
Lani,
I was about to
Stand
say
and turn
that
around.
Lining saw, statues. They are.
yeah, but that's the thing.
And Drachnamar notices that even the baby has Lani's likeness. So the mother holding the baby both have Lani's
I
likeness.
feel like this is a Renaissance situation and that the painter just can't create this different faces. And so I'm thinking whoever made these statues just isn't that great. That's what I'm getting out
For
of
those
this.
of us who have trouble visualizing.
No, it's just the fact that the entire village and all the statues are all clothes.
That not depicted in the thing.
In that one, yeah. But
Is it
in
this
that
room?
area that we're looking at, there's
There is all around the outside
Yeah,
of this room,
there's a bunch of
including the
statues.
door that they opened right in front of it.
now they're part of the wall or are they separate,
They are freestanding.
freestanding? Are they like all over the room or against the walls in the wall?
Around the wall.
around the walls
Sorry,
freestanding,
sorry.
not
There's
touching
no
those.
Sorry if you said that at the start.
All
Of
good.
course, I've got.
But if Calcrix were to move through there, she would definitely knock a bunch of them over because there's no way to go over them or between them without doing so.
She would downsize. Is
Yeah.
that right?
Yep.
You have 2 left in the day,
Right.
and if you use those up, you won't get them back until you have a long rest. And
Okay.
but you can literally pick the statues up and move them
Okay.
because they're not bolted into the ground.
Do I? Can I? Or do if I need to do a check? I do. Can I tell if picking them up and moving them would be a good or a bad thing?
Do they detect as magical?
Yes.
The statues are magical. I would probably avoid touching them if you can.
Do they seem to be grouped together by their?
No, they just seem to be randomly mingled.
I'm kidding.
No,
that
okay.
we
To
need to group them.
Calcrix, who got higher than a 20, is there some sort of pattern?
Yeah,
There
I was
does-
going to look at that too.
Does not appear to be a pattern there. It just seems to be wherever they would fit.
I will examine one that's closest, up close, like, you know, just to see if I can sense, feel, notice. If it's an investigate roll, I'll do an investigation. Not that that's my best stat. I was trying to find my link to my stat sheet here without giving myself an electric
Do you need
shock.
me to send it?
Martin sends them to me. What I really need to do is remember to pin the damn thing.
What was that?
That's a.
Calcrix link that you sent to me in the past.
Let's say because that's what I end up bookmarking.
It's because of
All
the
the time.
hold down when you're pinning.
Yeah,
it's
it's
really
hard.
hard for me to do, and it often hurts.
It's
Are
okay.
you- wait, are you
They are
using
going to be changed
Chrome?
soon, so it's going to be there's only going to be one character page in the future,
Okay.
and it's just going to use parameters to say whose page it is.
Okay. Cool.
I
Yeah.
gather, Martin, you're resending it.
Yeah, I'm just going to get to the page.
Take your time. I'll pin it this time because my thumb's actually okay.
It wants to work today.
Yeah, these ones.
Hey, good day.
You see
then.
me crying later, that'll be why.
Okay.
I'd rather go to the dentist than touch a phone. I'll put it that way.
That's fair. Fair.
And have a filling put in without anaesthetic.
Yeah, I feel you.
So,
They pretty much did that to me because I didn't feel the anesthetic didn't take.
I just saw
Well, you also don't want to tell them while they're in the middle of drilling in your mouth. I can feel that still
Yeah.
because you
That's
can't
how-
move your mouth.
It's happened to me before.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Yeah, I would do this at my mouth at that point. Hopefully they stop.
Alright, so upon closer examination, do I do an investigation or an
Give me an
Arcana?
investigation.
I think Arcana might be a bit stronger.
How would Arcana work better if you want to investigate the magical properties of the statues?
Yeah, I'd use that kind of roll and investigate.
Yeah.
If that's
So
the
you
goal, yeah.
cast Detect Magic.
Do I have Detect Magic?
You should have it as a ritual. Not sure
Okay.
if you have it as a spell.
Alright,
As a ritual, it takes you 10 minutes.
yeah.
Yeah. Or you can wait for me to
it-
tell you
it-
stuff in details or ask me questions. 'Cause
Yeah.
You know I do that automatically.
Yeah. Oh well, I would ask what you think.
Yep.
I'm like, I'm not going to fit through here unless we move these guys, or I downsize, and I've only got a few more resizes
Yeah.
left.
I
What size did I leave myself at? I think I was still a medium.
Oh, you came back to large when
Did
you
I?
could move through the corridors
Yes,
because it allowed
you
you to
did.
walk from wall to wall without actually dropping.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
yeah,
is when
alright.
you look at that space there, that's why you didn't fall down the holes.
Yes.
I'll
walked over them.
I'll make a note that I'm large size as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
because you were
I'll-
large size when we were doing your dance off with the crabbies.
There's going to be these weird notes all throughout my journal going large, medium, large,
Yeah.
medium.
Yes, I'll do an Arcana, or for me history. It's the same number to determine
Okay.
what sort of magic stuff is there. Well, I'll get some of it from the detect magic anyway. So I'll get things like the school, but working out the details, that's going to take an actual roll.
Okay.
What's this? Oh, 1 minute.
28.
Okay, with some observation of them looking at it, you can say that you believe it's transformation magic involved.
Transformation.
High level transformation magic.
That seems dangerous. Why did they do that to the women children?
Especially
These
since they
Uh,
all kind of
you-
look like you, so they seem to be your relatives.
Okay, high
I
level,
understand doing
high
it to
level.
the monsters.
Do I think these are actually people who've had flesh and stone done?
Quite possible. And potentially reshaped.
And reshaped as well.
Ooh, so
That's
it's
just
not
weirdness.
super accurate.
So, from your perspective, anyone who fails the test in the next room gets turned into a Lani statue.
Oh, okay.
But, hey, yeah.
I don't know who designed this. But
I'll
it's a little much.
Uh,
you
you can't
If-
die
if
if
this
you
is said
don't.
out loud,
I
Calcrix just
will.
gives you one of these kind of, really? It's you. You've designed this whole
You did it.
complex. You
Yeah.
designed this. So you get to
I know,
do the test.
I'm complimenting myself here. It's fine. Okay.
And they all seem to be staring into the center of the room.
Mhm.
Are you sure it's a compliment to have done this?
I'll find an open space and I'll stare into the
It's
center of the room
nicely
as well.
sneaky. I like it.
Sorry?
Okay.
It's nicely sneaky. I appreciate it.
Hi.
They will give you a
Calcrix is not so sure.
investigate
Sure
check
would be a
if you do so.
statue.
No. Especially with having your identity erased.
Not 20, so
After you walk
25.
So, as you're looking there, you see that there is a warrior woman with a trident. Only whenever you're staring directly in the center of the room can you see them.
Oh,
But you can't look up and look at their face because as soon as you look up,
Then
they don't seem to be there.
does it seem to be like a live person or a statue?
Seems to be a live person.
oh.
Oh, I'll say. Oh, okay. Well, then I will, I guess, stare down and try to talk to the person. I was like, hello?
You recognize the boots.
Me?
Same boots you're wearing at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So I'll pick up my feet just to see if it's a mirror or if it's another version of me.
Okay, so as you play with your feet, the other one does the uncomfortable sort of shifting you're used to doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know, as the other person needs to be very bored.
Yeah. Okay. So
Waiting for you to do something useful.
if I try to step forward, it disappears.
Well, as long as if you shift your vision from one exact spot in the room,
Yeah.
it disappears from sight. But you're sure they're still there.
Okay.
Can any of us see it? Does Lani tell us there's someone there?
So with that, and I do my feet, whatever. Then I'll say out loud so they all hear. I can see me ahead as long as I'm looking directly at you.
And you hear her voice come from all the statues at the same time.
Yep.
Calcrix tries to squint at the same spot.
So what I'll do is like over my shoulder, whoever's looking at me, I'm like,
So it sounds like a choir speaking.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I'm gonna squint to see if I can see the statue.
Okay, give me a investigation check as you squint
What do
with
I
disadvantage.
check? Investigation again. Oh, I'm not gonna say anything. With advantage, you said. Okay. No, I might.
I didn't say disadvantage, but
Yeah.
Oh, did you say disadvantage?
Yes.
Oh, in which case I don't see anything.
Ah.
I'm going to just let it happen because my passive
Um,
investigation's pretty damn
In
good.
which case, I'm just gonna step back a little bit. Me and Ip are gonna pull out a cookie and watch the show.
and what's your passive investigation?
25.
25. Okay, yes. As you passively stare, you sort of
Okay.
glance out of
Drift
one spot. You have to look at that one spot.
Mhm.
You slipped even so slightly, and there's nothing there.
Yep.
And it's the same spot all the statues are looking at.
Where do you find passive perception?
It would be 10
It's-
plus your perception bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10 plus your modifier.
How do I not know how to do this after all these years?
Because it's not something that comes up often.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's my brain as well.
Yes.
Mm.
Happens all the time. 3.5.
You can also get modifiers on your passive that don't affect your standard as well sometimes too.
Yeah, like the feat that I've got, which gives me a bonus on passive perception and investigation is a big chunky bonus.
So it sort of looks as if
I've
someone's
actually got
standing right in the
right
centre of the
Yeah,
room.
I've actually got to see
Yep.
if that gets modified by me having expertise.
And I will give Lani a insight roll while Lani is looking around at this person.
If you've got expertise, you get +5.
Oh. Okay.
Is that for passive
And if
perception,
you've got-
Jeremy?
And if you have an
That's the
expertise,
passive.
if you got expertise, you get +5. And if you've got an expertise die, you get +3.
Right.
16?
So 16.
Yes.
Okay, so as you're doing this, looking around trying to see if you can actually see this person, you notice that while Calcrix is the same in every version of the future you're seeing,
Yeah.
Razzle's in none of them.
Mm.
You see his cloak, but
Yeah.
you don't see him in any of them.
Oh.
Hmm. I feel like he's now outside of time. That's why he's not in the future. Okay. So
Possibly related to him bouncing back and forth all the time.
yeah, it could be he's,
Disconnecting himself
or
somehow.
he could have blocked himself from the views of time or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, Lonnie has not questioned why or who Drazzle is this entire time. So this is now where she's starting to have questions and she doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Or what to ask.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well,
How great.
'Cause that's the thing,
A
it's
lot
like-
of those questions.
Because, like, Lonnie
Yeah.
now knows she doesn't necessarily, even if she asks Drazzle, he probably cannot even tell her why. So-
and probably because he's not allowed to.
yeah, he's probably
Yeah.
not allowed to tell me.
But
Yeah,
weren't you there for all the story stones and for finding out about Drazzle,
The early
Drazzle's
parts.
history and
Yeah.
stuff like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you kind of have an idea of who he
You've
is
got a-
in that sense.
Yeah, you've got
Oh,
a
yeah,
good
no, I
bunch
know.
of the info.
Yeah, no, I know that.
Mm.
But for as the reason why I can't see him
Now.
in any version of the future
Mm.
is
And hadn't noticed up until that point that hadn't
Yeah.
actually seen him in any point of the futures. He'd never been one of the ones dying.
yeah, he
Well,
was never part of it.
Seeing 3,000 versions of Drachnimir dying would distract you a little.
So that
Because
has
at
me
the moment,
think-
no one's going in front until Lani gives the say-so, so she's not seeing anyone dying in front of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lonnie's instinct is that Drazzle has somehow protected himself from whatever she's seeing. That's why she's not seeing it. That's my
Yeah.
instinct.
Yeah,
So
actually, the non-detection spell would actually make it impossible to see him too.
okay.
Well,
Through-
they can
through
see the
time.
cloak, but not him.
So I'm
Yeah,
here.
which gets even more fun.
I'm here, looking at the center, basically only seeing roots. And trying to talk to me.
You would feel this would definitely be a challenge of some sort.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
So you don't expect the person you can't really look at to talk to you,
Yeah.
but it would be a rather one-sided fight
Mm.
and would require a lot of skill to fight someone that you can only see staring in one direction.
Yeah. Cause you,
Yeah.
if I move around the room but staring at the same spot, it'll
If you move
eventually
slightly
disappear.
off the spot, then
disappears.
It disappears completely.
Yeah.
It's just they're never there, but
Yeah.
you can sense there's someone there.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yes, you could do it if you had some way of sensing that it wasn't vision. But yeah.
And if you're looking at them outside of vision, you might not see them at all.
Mm. Oh no, that's the problem.
So blind sight might not sense them
Yeah, hearing might. But
if they make
Cause
noise.
because
Yeah, exactly.
what it could be is I'm seeing a hole in whatever the protection is for.
And that
I wonder
doesn't allow you to see their face.
Mm.
Exactly. So okay, so there's no
Which
real.
would be an interesting trick for Medusa.
Yes.
That would be cool. Okay, so there's no real pattern to the statues around, but they look purposely placed. They have some stuff around them. I can't really see. Can I toss a small rock into that area just to see if that
Sure.
interacts? So
And you also notice that the water doesn't come into the room.
true. I forgot.
You're in 5 foot deep water.
Yeah, we're in the water here, and so it just
And-
magically stops.
Yep.
Okay, so water magically stops.
Which is not unusual in a magic tome.
No, not at all. Okay, if I can find a small rock or whatever thing that I can toss to see if there is an interaction from that with the person and with me in the center.
Okay.
This is weird that it's me. I'm like, how do I even say this?
So you toss a small little rock you've been carrying with you in there.
Yeah.
So I'm sure everyone has a rock or two they carry.
Neat rocks. Yeah.
Except for Calcrix, which is gemstones instead of rocks.
Oh, I've got pretty coloured rocks as well because
Yeah.
I need like cheap ones
I'm
that I can give to
Pretty
spells.
sure
Proper coin.
Lonnie and
You need
Calvix
things to try.
have bonded over cool rocks we find along the way.
And the one you toss into the room goes about 10 feet and then splits in half.
Oh!
Is the Lani in the middle splitting them in half?
No,
You don't even hear the noise of it splitting. It's just
Just 2 bits.
yeah.
Wow.
Is this like amazing mirrors without the mirrors?
Don't know.
give
Okay.
me a history roll.
Yes. I think my stats.
Use-
Where'd my phone go? There it is.
Yes. Use Mage Hand. Pick up one of the 2 bits of rock and have a look at it.
Well, I've got legend lore, but I don't know if you want that information yet.
You need to know what you're asking the question about.
Yeah.
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 As I said, I'm not casting it just yet. It's not time.
Yes.
And plus, in here, you might get the lore from Loki.
Yeah, that's...
This is
It's
exactly
okay. Loki and I are friends.
Yeah, it still means... Well, what this means is that you accept the fact that anything you get from Legend Lore is probably going to be a lie.
16.
Or a truth in a very unfortunate way.
Yes, because otherwise you would go, it's going to be a lie, therefore whatever I've just received is wrong. No.
So you have
Really?
heard of heroes of fighting for the championship of Irendi to be the king and queen. There was one hero of legend who was said to be invisible except for when they cut things down.
Oh.
Basically, light would not touch them.
We've heard this legend before.
And
We have in previous sessions.
They can split things that they're known to cut things in half without anyone seeing or hearing them.
Okay. Okay.
And this is from over 500 years ago. You heard about this. One of the royalty of Irendi that was never seen.
Oh. Is this where we find out it's you?
Probably.
500 years ago.
At this stage.
This is the Lani tomb.
Yes. Okay. Then. Interesting.
This is
So,
where we find out
with
the
that,
line's
I would-
been cleaned 5 times.
Then, knowing that, would I perceive that
Over a millennium.
the me person in the center split the rock as soon as it came into their
Most likely,
area?
yes.
Okay.
And
Impressive to split a rock.
and that sort of skill is said to be more air-related than water.
Yeah.
But water
Yeah,
has been
it's
known.
me.
But water has been known to bend light.
Okay.
So a powerful waterbender may be able to bend the light around themselves.
And whilst we don't have any waterbenders with us to undo the bending.
Plus the fact that your trident mixes air and
True.
water,
It does, yes. Okay.
which is very unusual in a weapon. Most weapons are only one element.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I have to to catch up on my notes. You guys, give me your thoughts as I write down my notes, including Jeremy. If you have any thoughts.
Has anyone actually gone into the room yet, or are we still just hanging around in the water in the corridor outside?
I've stepped 1 foot into the room, went into a blank spot, and that's how I'm able to see this. There's no real pattern to the statues. It's definitely a test of some kind.
So you're concerned that there might be an invisible sentry of some sort?
There is an invisible force ahead in the center of the room. But trying to walk through any other way would also potentially be dangerous, because that might not, like, the invisible force could be moving, could be in other areas.
Well, can we toss some powder or something, or paint or a type effect into the room to highlight?
Do you have some?
Okay.
I have talc.
Quite
a lot of it, actually, because I need it for some of my basic spells.
Useful things.
So if Drachnima doesn't have it, Calcrix will pass over one of her pouches of talc. She can't see anything, so she's busy essentially eating popcorn, watching the show.
Okay. Though bending light wouldn't account for it not making any noise.
Yeah, that's an air effect. The no noise part?
Air generally does a lot of no noise stuff because it can silence a lot better, but that's also more a darkness thing. Darkness is known to suppress.
And there's a balance thing as well, so it could be all of the elementals are used here.
Amusingly, it fits all three of Calcrix's elements, if that's the case.
Is this Calcrix stole Lonnie's shoes and took his humanoid form?
She's munching on popcorn right now. She knows nothing.
Okay.
I have offered talc for you to throw as powder if you want to.
I want to
toss some powder in there.
Try that. How do you split talc? You can't. As far as I know.
Well, you could just. And she's happy to do a dragon breath of talc in there if you.
Yeah, she can like lean her head in. Lonnie gets covered a little bit.
Yeah, you end up with like snow covering.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you throw the talc into the room, give me a reflex saving throw.
I'm getting speared by this thing. Ooh, that was good. Okay. 27.
Okay, so you manage to close your eyes as the entire room glows with white hot light.
Oh.
A crackle of electricity,
Yeah.
and then when you open it again, the talc's just gone.
Okay.
Burned it away.
Which is fun because talc is powdered stone. Wow.
Do I still see?
There's a stench of ozone in the area.
Yeah. It's definitely air elemental. Well, that one was. So, do I...
But it didn't appear to be a lightning or specific flame fire heat effect that actually destroyed the stone the first time?
Well, it seemed... you didn't hear it when the stone was cut. It just split.
Yep.
This time you saw a big bright flash and heard the crackle and saw the after effects. So it was like a fireball but with lightning.
Yep.
Which is way cooler.
Which is sort of what happens when you use your spear effect underwater.
Okay. So, So, that burned away, all that stuff. Do I still see the feet? in
You
the
do
spot?
still see the feet in the spot.
Does it look like they were moving in a combat stance?
Well, they look ready.
Okay, so they look ready, okay.
But bored.
Did the lightning effect apparently originate from anywhere?
Well, it
or
was
was
so
just
quick and
apparently
bright
centered?
It's just a flash.
It was so quick and bright that all you
So-
saw was the room light up.
Yeah, it was potentially centered on each individual particle of health at the same time.
Just for comedic effect, Calcrix and Eve are now wearing sunglasses.
You do see Lonnie's hair is slightly got static electricity on it,
Quick to try.
which is amusing considering she's still partly standing in water.
I was gonna say because it's puddly, right?
Well, there's no puddles inside. There's a little bit of puddles inside, but
Not really.
not really. Not deep enough to
Do anything.
go beyond splish splash.
Yeah. Kind of like the rain today. did that come over here? Yeah. It was like random, like 20
And the statues were unaffected by the flash of lightning.
They seem unaffected by it.
Darion.
I won.
Are there any exits from this room?
There is a portcullis down on the other side,
It's directly across.
and you haven't really
Can we
examined the room closely besides that.
Yeah, I'm
Can we
wary.
see? Can we see through the portcullis? Is there anything beyond it?
There is a passageway heading off beyond it.
Right.
I'm wary of trying to go any further into this room.
Oh no, that goes more. I want to check that we actually were trying to get further into the room.
Yeah, like, I
If
wanna-
it
I wanna
didn't
get
go
through it.
anywhere. Then obviously.
Yeah, I definitely want to get through it. There is a way to
Yeah.
do it, but I don't want to rush in and do it. So I'm curious if it's safe for me to step closer to one of the statues. To my left.
How close do you want to get to the statue?
This close. A foot away.
Well, you don't have to step at all. You're probably about that close if you stepped into the room slightly.
Okay, so I've stepped into the room slightly, and I just want to, so I'm taking my eye off the center, and I'm just gonna say out loud, I am looking nicely at the statue next to me.
And
to
you hear all the
both-
statues saying that at the same time.
Oh.
Oh, now it's copying me.
They've been doing that the whole time your character talks.
Love that.
So when the player talks, they don't copy, but when the character talks, they copy.
Yes.
So you've got your own chorus.
Lonnie hardcore starts doing like a little sailor tune.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I cannot harmonize with myself. It does not work that way. But it does make noise. Echo, echo, echo. That whole nonsense. Okay. So I'm not keeping one foot planted, but stepping. And just looking. And the one next to me, which one kind is it?
Okay, it is what appears to be a woman with a child.
Okay. And it has that like greenish reddish stuff on it that looks weird.
Not on it. It look like it's made of greenish reddish material.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Because greenish reddish material would suggest fire and earth.
So the statues look like green stone with red streaks through it.
That'd be kind of interesting stone. Interesting. I want to touch it, but I'm so scared. I feel like I should touch it.
Well, you could make a wisdom saving throw to see if you can stop yourself from touching it.
Yes, let's do that. Because that's going to be the smarter way of doing
Okay.
things.
This is just going to make your day. Greenish stone with red streaks, bloodstone.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does suit the whole water theme.
Obviously.
Yeah, that's cool.
can you potentially ground the electricity in some way?
Maybe with my trident, perhaps. So that was 12.
Okay, so yes, you go. No, I really shouldn't. No, I shouldn't. Really shouldn't. And then find yourself trying to touch it.
Shouldn't do this.
Honestly, it sounds like me in real life, to be honest with you.
Yes.
It's like, I shouldn't do this.
Before you notice, you realize that your hand's halfway into the statue.
Okay, so my hand's in the statue now. So can I try?
You can't feel the statue at all.
Yeah, so I'm not feeling it.
You're not feeling it at all, but you do notice that the hairs on your arm start rising up as your hand's inside it.
I pull it out. I don't want to touch the statue anymore because it doesn't want to touch me back.
As your hand comes out, it's all covered in red stuff.
Blood, I'm assuming.
I'm not sure it's blood because it doesn't look like blood you're used to. It's gunkier.
Don't like that. Okay.
The blood of the stone.
I'm just catching up on notes. Okay, so votes on trying to move everybody into this room. What do you? Lonnie will say out loud. There is a threat in this room that I cannot guarantee that you won't get cut in half. Of course, the statue's echoing while you're saying this.
Right.
But as far as I can tell, they only react in certain situations. Do you guys want to come in here with me?
Well, we all saw the stone get cut in half,
Yes.
and then the talc explode.
Yeah. So I don't know if this is the right thing for you guys to come in here.
Well, Jack Miller suggesting the idea of is there a way of actually effectively grounding the electricity.
Lonnie
Okay.
will get out her trident and just knock it on the ground just to see if that reacts with anything.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Thankfully, that's yay! That's one of my good ones. Math is hard. 26.
Okay, you feel something trying to pull it into the room. It almost slips through your fingers.
He's already in the room, isn't he?
The trident should go further into the room.
So
Yeah, but is Lani actually in the room, or is she
I'm
just basically standing at the threshold, leaning in occasionally?
I'm in the room. I'm like 1 foot in, basically. Really.
On the threshold,
Yeah.
like you were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hasn't moved anywhere. She's just discovered the trident is being affected.
So the trident wants to be pulled
Yeah.
in.
We talking like a magnetic attraction?
Good question. Is it like a
Or it's
magnetic attraction?
Or somebody grabbed it.
Or does it feel like a magic pull? Like it's trying to return to me? Does it feel like that?
Well, you've never tried to stop it from returning to you.
True.
Now it becomes an athletics roll.
Yep.
Have we gone into the room yet?
No. 19.
Okay, so as you're thinking about that, the trident flies from your hand. And then there's a flash and it disappears in the center of the room.
Ooh. We're going to get back now.
That's not good. And it doesn't come back to me.
It does not come back to you.
I don't like this. I'll say, hey! Give that back! That belongs to me! And I'm sure the statues are echoing it too.
To me,
Actually, they stopped
to
doing
me.
that as soon as you lost the trident.
They don't like me anymore!
So yeah, the choir's going.
Do I still see the boots
The
there?
trident, the choirs just stopped as the trident disappeared.
Do I still see the boots in the center?
You still see the boots in the center. Now you can see the base of a trident as well.
Yeah, that's what I guessed. Is that enough for you? What do you want? I just want to get through. Okay. I'm just mad at myself right now. It's fine. Because I know this is called Chamber of the Guardian. So I will be the Guardian. But that's not me.
So you can see the trident stuck in the floor in the middle of the room, was it?
You can see, she can see the base of the trident when she looks into the center of the room.
Okay.
I will. I don't know exactly what
Potentially.
magic it is. I will try to call the trident back to me.
Nothing seems to happen.
I was gonna say I don't even know how that works because it always came back.
Possibly if there was some sort of a lightning effect using the trident as your what the effect of the lightning rod.
That's what happened when I tried to do that. Now I don't have it.
Yeah.
No, but I'll say the fact that like now if someone actually cast like a lightning bolt aimed at the trident, that might then effectively ground out the lightning effect.
Yeah, but you have to be able to target the trident and it's not presently visible.
To everybody else, but if you can see the base, then you could do it. Who has a lightning skill?
The well can see it.
I can see it,
I don't know.
and I can do
maybe
lightning.
the air dragon. Who
I mean, like,
has lots of lightning
Hey.
stuff, but Luel might have a lot of stuff. Too.
right,
Oh yeah.
right there. Just point your finger,
There?
zap it.
So lightning effect.
Lightning effect, zap it.
Fuckoom.
Attack roll with disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Not very often you get disadvantage on an attack roll.
No.
But on the plus side, you're probably not dodging, so you've probably got a low AC effect.
Yeah. Fortunately, our bonus is pretty damn chunky, but still. But we are looking at disadvantage, so. Oh, that goes all the way up to 20.
Will that hit you?
Ow. I think I flicked that off a bit quick. I shall have to
So did it arc
try
back?
that again.
Arc back.
So would that actually hit you?
Hmm?
Would that hit you?
No.
No. Okay, so yes, the lightning sort of
Goes over your
bounces
shoulder.
back, but it's twice as powerful as what you said.
Oh. Ow. I really don't want to get hit by that.
So much so that it looks almost twice as big coming back towards you as you sent it.
Okay, I'm going to, at the moment, carefully control the output so it's only the base damage for an Eldritch Blast, rather than using all of my training. Because I really, really don't want to be hit by a 10d10 lightning bolt.
Give me a Arcana roll for your character.
Yep. Or history for a war.
Arcana for this one for specifically.
Specifically Arcana. Alright, cool. That's fine. It's Arcana's basically the same anyway. 34.
Okay, looking at it, you believe whatever happening here is mostly reflecting what you're doing.
Which actually implies that if I successfully hit your trident, I also hit myself.
Yeah.
I can wear that
So.
as long as I can control my spells output. Because if all you want is an electric shock on it,
But it seems to be an intelligent reflection.
yeah.
It's an attacking.
Yeah. So, can I think of a
And you
way...
have heard of very obscure traps that really are a reflection of the person attacking.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it changes then, depending on who's there.
I was gonna say I
might be.
almost want to trade places with Duel to see if the boots change.
This one's
I will get out of the way and let you do whatever.
I'll move.
You've got nuts and notice.
Thank
Do you
you.
want just some biscuits and some chocolate, or do you
Yeah,
want
please.
more nuts? Biscuits and chocolate.
Actually, and some of the sweet nuts as well. Yeah,
Um,
because this is nice salt and vinegar, but the salt's getting a bit much.
yeah, I'm wondering if I can move back and trade places as well, and if the boots change. Knowing where to look, perhaps.
Well, as you step back to give place for the well, you can't quite see the center of the room anymore.
Yeah, I can't see it, but he could. So, okay. So I'll move. Just trade spots. And I'll ask the well. Can you still see in the center of the room somebody there?
Can I? Yep.
And is it my boots with the trident still, or is it his?
I will describe what I see. Thank you.
Sounds like your boots with
Yep.
the trident.
Entirely sufficient. Thank you.
So okay. Thank you. Oh, still me. So it's definitely something that. is
Or
meant-
Go,
possibly it requires walking in with completely peaceful intent.
That's kind of what I'm getting
Hands
from
up.
this too.
Yeah.
Is maybe
Because so far, basically, everything, like technically throwing the stone in or the talc could also be considered an attack.
Yeah.
And
I don't know, the
obviously,
talc maybe not,
Uh,
but yeah.
It makes someone sneeze.
it's.
You, I'm not against
But that's
Jeremy's
like-
suggestion, but talc's a
But-
pretty harmless
But
thing.
think if
Oh,
you
I-
were somebody in
oh,
that
no,
room,
no,
that's
like
like
a guy.
smoke bombing a room.
Yeah. And considering
yeah,
what you were
like you
using
could
for
look
was
aimed at
smoke bombing.
countering their defense.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So maybe the way to move forward is to walk through with peaceful intent.
As I said, I didn't disagree with Jeremy's
Yeah.
theory. Just yeah.
Yeah. But that has me concerned about like why these different types of statues. Only one is considered quote unquote negative, the monstrous ones. The other ones are graceful creatures and then mothers and children.
Mm.
So
Yeah. I'm gonna
why
look at their
those
clothing, see if there's
statues
anything
and why are they
interesting.
bloodstone, you know? So
Are they made out of bloodstone? Are they?
Yeah.
Well,
that's what we
it is
guessed. That's what we guessed, not confirmed.
the dungeon crawl is into a blood magic area.
Yeah.
Blood
Well,
magic
and
code.
and this whole area was like, you know, controlled by blood cult, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah,
To be honest, Calcrix is this far away from just walking in the room with no ill intent. Just
Mhm.
go and have a closer look. But it's a Lani room, so she's
Yeah.
holding herself back.
I think
Well, but also remember that if Calcrick were to walk into the room right now, even with absolutely no intent, there might be a bit of a bull in a china shop situation considering the space available.
Yes, but she would downsize and use one of her size things, basically.
Fair enough.
But the fact is that it's a Lani room, so she's holding herself back, but she's certainly getting to a point of, come on already.
yeah.
But that's Calcrix.
So I'll say
And in the background, as you're about to say something, you hear "Death to the infidels."
That's usually good.
yeah. So Lonnie will thank Luel, and then we'll walk
Not when you're out
forward.
in public and you're loud.
Well,
But
so
apart from that,
It also means something to do with entropy, usually.
yeah.
Yeah.
If she
So
beeps yelling.
Lonnie will acknowledge, like, okay, I'm gonna go forward and try to see if I can make my way through peacefully. If I end up dying, y'all know what to do. So Lonnie will try.
He has resurrect, right? And
I
you're
will
all the
try to
undying.
walk in. Because even if I move forward, I lose sight of the center. Is that right? It's only in that one spot that I can see them.
Mm-hmm. And you can't maintain
Maybe it's an
I
eye
can't
act
contact
of.
easily as you move.
Maybe
'Cause
it's an
a
act of-
step will just move you slightly.
Yeah,
off
because
center.
like even if you go like that,
Could be an act
for
of
the step.
faith, though. As
Yeah.
in,
Um,
losing sight of them is a part
Is
of
part of-
surrendering to
Yeah. So you can. So I'll go in. I'll say out loud. It's like,
It'll be an acrobatics check to avoid the statues if that's what you want to do.
yes, I want to, because I didn't like it when I didn't touch them and they came out all bloody. $20 modified.
Only 2 rolls.
Okay, so as you start to reach in, you feel part of your hand get sliced open
Oh, I don't like that.
as something seems to have split your gloves.
This has been sliced off.
Don't go that way. Okay. So I went here. I was like, split.
Mm.
And then you went, step back.
And okay.
And you almost saw a blur at the time, but it was you realized it was a blur of your blood.
Yeah,
Right.
the blur was my own blood.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will step back.
And you could even feel your trident at the time. You were struck by your own trident.
That's rude. I'm not quick enough to try to catch it.
But it felt very punishing to yourself.
It's definitely something you do as a trap and an action.
Yeah.
What would you do as a counter or a switch?
This is very much a what would Lani do situation.
Oh yes.
I want to try to see, because this has happened before, where if I think about it, I remember it.
Okay,
kind of
give
thing.
me an insight.
I want to try that.
Natural one.
No, it was a 2, so that would make
Would you like to use one of the rerolls?
Hold on.
Probably worth it.
Yeah, let's do a reroll. That wasn't much better. 12.
Not much better.
12. Well, you're sure you've seen how to get through in your investigation so far, because you've shown yourself how to do it. You just got to figure out what you've shown yourself.
So this could have been something to do with one of your previous hazards that you got through, like the thorny
You
cabin
believe it's all to do with
situation.
this room specifically. You've shown yourself how to get through this room already.
I feel like it has something to do with following a path of certain statues.
I'm just going to go to the bathroom while you try to figure it out.
Yeah.
I feel like it has to be something like follow the.
And yes, you believe it's to do with the statue.
I think it's
Yeah.
follow the graceful animal statue.
Well, Luel was going to look at the clothing more closely. Maybe the information he can give you about the clothing might give you information about which statues to start with.
Yeah.
We may not be able to do the quest for you, but we might be able to help you do the
The
quest.
graceful
by giving you
animal
information.
statues make sense
Yes. But I might-
because it's about carefully moving your way through.
Mm.
Yeah, but I might be able to discern a pattern that others might
Yeah.
not, because
Exactly. I think you could probably help me out with that. So with
Yeah.
that, with now my bleeding hand, I'd be like, "Ugh! Nope, not that. And
fix.
I would,
Right.
I would call it. It's probably the one that I cut earlier out anyway. So it's just like, So yeah, when Martin gets back, I
Yeah.
think trying to discern a certain pattern with statues is the way to go.
Well, Jack Nimmer could cast a ritual or speak with inanimate object.
Yeah,
That could be something.
yep. That could work.
Which object does he wish to
So I should have asked.
Which object do you wish to speak to? I'm guessing you want to speak to one of the statues.
I'm assuming one of the statues would be the obvious. Obviously, it'll take a bit of time for Jack Dimmer to set that up and make it happen. So.
So what have you determined so far is your solutions?
I was guessing perhaps there is a path of following certain statues. I'm guessing they're graceful animal statues, but I wanted to confer with probably Dracula or Luell to see their thoughts if they believe that is the correct course of action. Because Lonnie acknowledges this is not one of her strengths.
And Dracula is going to have wisdom out the wazoo.
Luell can do a history check.
Yeah. I could possibly even.
Wait, this is based on the occult side of things. Because, hey, that's rather relevant at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit. So it's the arcana aspect of my history skill.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, is this legends?
No.
Right.
No legends.
So my specialisation does not count. Just check it.
Was it worth a check?
That's true. Holy smiglets.
20?
Not quite. With the expertise dice, I've got 2 points off max.
Mm-hmm. What'd you get?
Total is 36.
Okay, you believe the path is through the statues.
Through the physically
statues.
through the statues?
Because she seems to get coated as she reached into the statue.
It's through the statues. When you put your hand in one, that's how you do it.
That sounds gross.
Yes.
I don't like that.
I saw what was on your hand afterwards. It's going to be gross. That's right. I can clean you off after you're done.
Well, certainly not much more gross than moving through the black goo.
Well, yes.
This time it's red goo.
Okay, so I guess I will try
And it's probably
The
not
statue-
acidic red goo.
the statue I tried earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and I will try to walk through the statue, I guess.
Give me a will saving throw. A wisdom saving throw.
I'm liking this dice. This is a good one for me. 22.
Okay, so yes, it does gross you out, but you are able to walk through it. And everyone can see just basically Lani as if painted completely head to toe in red.
Fine. Okay. So
And you seem to have no trouble reaching the center of the room.
oh, okay.
What
So
does she see it then?
I walked through a statue,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm now in the center.
Yeah, and once you reach the center, you find that your trident's in your hand.
Ooh.
Oh, I threw it to myself. God damn it. God,
Are
Dang.
we back to
Tiny
repeating her again?
timey-wimey stuff. Can they see me?
Yes, you can see Lani in the room completely soaked in red goo.
I don't know how I feel about this. Okay, so I've walked through a statue. I'm now in the center. I have my trident back.
How do you safely move from there? Can you just keep moving forwards?
Yeah, do I feel as if I can move forward, or do I feel some kind of ominous presence?
Boy, you're completely covered in goo. What's more ominous than that?
No, that's just gross.
You are the ominous presence.
Yeah, exactly. From where I'm in the center of the room, I will see if the statue's changed in any way.
Well, they're all looking at you.
Of course they are.
And you can hear in the back of your head, Lani, Lani, Lani.
This is great. There's no problems there. I will try to carefully step forward, just to make paying attention to what I'm feeling around me.
As you step forward, the portal close ahead opens up.
I'm so mad that was the answer. Okay, so I will say, I think you guys can come through. Do I feel like they have to go through the gross statues, or is it just me?
Of course they have to. If you have to go through it, they have to go through it.
Absolutely.
Whether or not they really have to
Different
is
question.
completely different.
Yeah.
Thus, Calcrix bounces through all the statues, getting covered in red stuff, like a child playing in mud.
Playing through the puddles. Oh, I see what I
Pretty
did
much.
here now.
As you watch, the first one tries to go through the statue and runs into it,
Yeah.
knocking it
Boink.
over.
Does it break?
No.
No.
But there is this loud clang.
I'll stop and pick it up and put it back where it was supposed to be.
No.
And I'm like, you lied. And I'll look disappointed.
I'll try to see if I can take some red goo on me and put it on Calcrix.
Doesn't seem to come off.
God damn it. Okay.
Digitation may not
But
work.
presumably Calcrick was not attacked as she came into the room and Dark Drop attacked you.
Did not seem to get attacked.
Okay. Alright,
But it was like a bowling pin sort of arrangement of knocking statues over.
Yeah, they're.
Ding, ding,
I'll,
ding.
I'll put them all back up.
But now there's a dragon-sized space to walk
Carefully
through.
fold the wings.
Alright,
in.
so I guess I will ask everybody else to then now come through.
So what
You
you
make a mess.
not sure if you heard as you
She
walked
said
up.
we could do the same. I tried to do the same. She was wrong.
Obviously, you didn't fit through
No,
the statue much smaller than
no. There was no puddles of red substance. Calcrix
Calcrix
is
sticks to
disappointed.
things.
Oh, because you have blue tack.
Yeah, blue tack on the base. But now there's a path to walk through where no one has to touch the statues.
excellent.
Pick them up.
Very nice.
And since Calcrix
uh,
put them all back up again, none of them are looking into the center of the room.
I might arrange them in like conversational like groups, so it looks. And if I've got some spare like things that I can throw away, I'll put like teacups and saucers in people's hands. Little diorama of people gathering, so they're not so lonely.
Though you do see in the background Eve with a little pen writing on them.
I carefully pick Eve up and I'm like, that's not respectful, and put her back on my horn.
And adding teacups to their hands.
It's not. That was so they wouldn't be lonely. They can have tea and coffee with each other.
But what if they were supposed to be reverentially looking into the centre of the room at their
At the
goddess?
Lonnie
not there
accepts
to play
Calcrix's
coffee.
redesign, and since apparently Lonnie designed this room, that means I'm also in charge of making the redesign decisions. So Lonnie approves of this redesign. What logic?
Yeah,
That's true.
Calcrix
And
is
valid.
happy with this. She would have put it all back if told to do so.
And hey, when you mess with time, anything's possible.
I'm sure at
That's part of the
one
problem.
point I was the one that redesigned them back to where they're supposed to be anyway. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that at some point they'll just be put back. And that's why she used like cheap sort of
Mhm.
throwaway sort of
Yeah.
teacups and coffee cups and stuff. But they did look lonely.
Okay, so
And if
Yeah,
there were
they're
like
the-
mothers and babies, one of the little, like the baby in the arms has got like a little cookie next to it. So that if it ever becomes real, it's got something to eat. No baby got hungry.
So 130 feet down the corridor, it comes to a bend in the corridor. So quite a bit way down. Round the corner of that bend, you see it ends about 10 feet round the corner. And in the center of that 10 feet is a circular shaft carved into the stone floor, 8 feet in diameter.
Excellent.
And you can feel heat coming out of it as you approach. And that seems to be the end of the corridor, a
Yeah, you made.
hole to somewhere hot.
Uh-huh.
Sounds great.
So as you feel you've dealt with a water task, you've dealt with a earth task, and you've dealt with an air task. Maybe this is a fire task. But of course, you may just be tricking yourself.
I don't have fire. This is not something I'm good with. Like in terms of helpfulness.
Oh, that makes sense then.
But I do have marshmallows.
Okay, so this would be our final task before getting to the primary entropy.
Yeah, we haven't done the entropy one yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I'm assuming the entropy is the middle, the end, or whatever it is. Okay. I'm just catching up my notes, so.
Yep.
Look down the hole. So what can we see?
Looking.
You see darkness going down there and heat blowing up into your face. So it's very hard to make out how far it goes down as it's making your eyes water to look down.
Okay. Black Limit does have 90-foot dark vision and a ring of fire resistance.
It's still hard to stare down into the air coming up.
Yep.
It's like sticking your head
Very
over a teapot on the stove and trying to look down the spout.
Yep.
That's what it feels
Yep.
like.
Okay. Can he actually see anything? Go?
It's basically darkness down there. Goes down further than your eyes are telling you that you can see.
Right.
Okay.
Just for my notes, so we walked down a corridor, went around a bend, and we reached a big, large hole that just has heat coming out.
Mhm.
Is that correct?
It does. Though you're sure you can possibly see shimmering down there as well, but hard to tell what that might be.
Is it the hole in the ground, sorry, or
A hole
as
in
a
the ground.
corridor?
So there's a corridor go and then turns, and in that 10-foot square there's a big 8-foot circle hole,
Oh, yep.
meaning that there's a foot either side of it. And looking down, you've just got heat wafting up towards you,
Right.
and it's distorting vision as you look down.
There's a volcano. Specify that.
Or at least lava.
But it looks naturally formed.
Oh, fun.
No, sorry. Looks like it's carved, not naturally formed. Looks carved. It is completely smooth. No
Like
handholds.
not jagged or anything
Not
like that, just
jagged.
completely smooth down.
Can I have?
Does anybody have a mirror?
I just wanted to look at.
Yes.
Holding a mirror out over the top on an angle, so you don't have to actually put your head over
Might be in the bedroom.
the heat source.
Yeah, just looking for the books.
That's okay. I'll check the bedroom and then I'll come back.
Because some of my books are currently hidden. Oh, they're right there. Under the My Little Pony. The two books under My Little Pony.
Oh, behind Paul.
Yep.
That one and Mega Heroes.
They're the ones Ariana's looking for.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because her spells come from those two books
Yeah,
at
I
this
thought
point.
I looked over there, but
Okay.
honestly. Thank you.
Not My Little Pony.
Though your resilient sphere would fit over a person and go down that hole.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't go 10 foot wide, in which case then it would sit on top.
It would just stick.
And they can spin in the spot.
Whee!
Yeah, so
Did the
resilience
corridor
sphere is one of
continue
them.
beyond the hole at all?
It did not. It seems to be a solid wall on three sides except for the side you're standing.
Okay. So yeah, so did someone say they had a mirror?
Yes.
Loyal did.
The can effectively hold the mirror out over the edge of the thing, so you don't have to get watery eyes if you're looking down.
You see it start to fog up as
proximity-
soon as you hold it over.
Oh, fun.
It's fogged up.
Yep. The air seems to be very moist.
Right. Okay. So it's not just heat.
Yeah.
It's basically steam.
So from Drachnima's perspective, you don't feel the steam or the air, you just feel uncomfortable.
Yep. Okay.
Is that living in Florida?
Or Townsville.
Well, he's also got quite a lot of resistances, so if
Oh yeah.
it's just uncomfortable.
Yes.
Would clairvoyance
Uh-huh.
work in the sense of maybe sending something that can see to just have a better look down there?
Arcane Eye.
Arcane Eye would go down there. Clairvoyance would mean that you have to be able to connect to something down there.
It says it could be an obvious and unfamiliar location, behind a door, around a corner, and so on.
Yeah.
So I thought that might fall into the...
So if you could sort of see where you want to put it, like down there and to the right.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've got to sort of at least sort of be able to see.
So if I'm like down near the shiny thing down there, I could possibly try it. Natural 20 yes,
Yeah.
1 no.
Yeah.
So that was one of the
So
options.
can we get to the other side of the hole without going over it?
You can. That would just be a acrobatics check.
Because it would be like
Okay.
shuffling along the side. There.
Shuffling along.
Yeah, like it's a narrow shelf type stuff, yep. Jack Dimmer's going to come and get over the other side and have a look at the big check if there's any hidden doors or things like that on the wall, because hey, we've come to another dead end apparently, so...
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be a acrobatics check for Drachnamar as he's moving along the damp floor.
Yeah.
As he realizes as he's walking along that it seems to be sloped towards the hole. Like this is a
Okay.
funnel for water.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's a really big tea kettle.
It's part of a trap.
Oh yeah.
25.
Everything's a part of a trap, right?
Yeah.
25. Okay, you managed to make your way around it. It is very slippery, but hey, you're that skilled. And
Okay.
at the far wall, you're going to have to make an investigate check to find if there's a secret door there. Or anything else.
Okay. Yep. Okay. I'll look on the far wall because that's the easy one, but obviously the side walls as well, without necessarily falling into the hole. But,
Yes.
16, 18, 28.
28. Okay, yes, you do find that there is a secret door on the far wall. Do you wish to open it?
I will have a look and see if I can spot any traps and stuff on it first. 25.
25. There are no obvious traps on this side.
Okay. Can I see the mechanism to open it?
You can.
Okay. I will. Is it open towards me or away from me?
You're not sure. It doesn't easily tell you.
Okay. I will then aim to. Can I tell which side it hinges on?
You can't see the hinges.
It probably means it's going to open away. But okay. I will aim to scan to one side of the door and then try and open it.
Okay. As you're watching, you see that Dracula has investigated the far side of the wall.
Okay.
And you found some sort of secret door. Push some buttons, you hear a grinding noise as you watch a door on the other side of the wall start to slide into the ground.
Cool.
On the other side?
Okay.
On the other side of the hole.
I was going to say,
Oh,
at
on
this
the other
point,
side,
is
go-
at any point trying to cast True Seeing? The answer will be no.
And you hear a sloshing sound coming on the other side.
Hopefully it's not water to put out the fire.
It is.
Because-
Is it, so the sloshing sound is coming from the now
Other
empty
side.
doorway.
Coming from the doorway that's opening.
Yes.
As the door's coming down.
It could
But
also be a gelatinous cube.
it's opening downwards, so. Okay. Dracula will aim to look through beyond the door like it opens. And see what he can see on the other side.
Looks to be about 10 feet of water on the other side of the door. 5 foot deep water that's taking up a 10 by 10 room.
Okay. I will attempt to when the like before the door gets down low enough so the water starts coming over the top of it, I will see if I can effectively stop the mechanism on the door to stop it going down any further.
Okay. You
Which
realize
might
that,
involve just pushing it back up again, but the
I will give you an investigate roll.
Like, this is a reverse garage door.
I wonder if Friday
Yeah.
Mystara would work.
That far down.
Okay.
We don't know how far down.
No, I mean
my
just stop the
expertise
water.
die did me well. I got a 4 on a D4.
Until we know what we
Unfortunately, I got a 2 on a D20,
Water might be the
and
solution.
so total of 16.
16. Looking at it, you seem to have depressed the only buttons, and they're still pressed in.
Okay.
You don't think it's going to stop?
I will.
I kind of almost feel like the water is supposed to go in the hole. Line.
Well, I warn people that, hey, we're about to be getting a flood through, so be aware, as Jack Nimmer will aim to effectively climb up the wall a bit type stuff, and
Yeah.
or basically wave his wings to hover a bit above the floor, so therefore he's not going to get swept down into the hole when the water comes through.
Okay,
So
so
nice to have wings.
Lonnie would like to push people back a bit so that the water definitely goes down the hole and doesn't act like a drain and pull people in.
it does look like a big drain.
Which way does it go? Are we in Australia in this universe, or does it go the other
It's
way?
still in the northern hemisphere.
Northern hemisphere goes clockwise.
Actually work,
I know,
but
not
it's
that.
funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
People-
Does it actually?
People at well,
No.
it depends.
It's been proven to. It's not where you are that
It's
determines
the way
which
that
way
the
it
water
spins.
flows.
It's
Like, just
how it
starts.
flows as it starts to spin.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's something like my friends ask
more
me all the time.
importantly-
I'm just like, toilets are too high pressure. I can't tell.
But more importantly, it's the fact that the simple design of the drain or whatever it is you're dealing with has much more influence over the direction of the water than the Coriolis effect will. So,
This was part of what was tested. The flow of air over the water has more of an effect than the Coriolis force.
exactly.
This was done by a pair of YouTubers on the opposite side of the planet from each other, doing exactly the same experiment at the same time.
As you're watching this, you hear a grinding sound behind you,
Okay.
Great.
That'll be
Love
a door
that.
closing.
No, there'd be another door opening.
and you start to see water coming towards,
There you go.
crossing your feet, as you realize the wall behind you is about to open up.
Yeah, I want
Out of
us
the
to
way.
move out of the way.
Yeah.
Back to towards the other door.
As you watch this water coming down that long corridor,
Oh, love that. Okay, so we have to quickly make it across to where Dracnina is and get out of the waterway.
Either that, or I'll just climb up, claw into the wall, and grab hold of
Okay.
you.
Do
and
that.
Lul.
Grab the
I'll
others.
grab your shoulder
It's just you and
and
Lul.
dimension
at the
doors
moment.
across over to where Drachnimir is.
Yes, if you could grab the others.
At
that
the
are with
moment,
us.
it's you and your Lul as far as.
And then,
Yeah,
then me
where
and Lul can grab me and move over so that I'm guessing so there would be one door here that goes into the hole here, and there's some free space over
Yes.
here. Whereas there's water coming this way and water coming this way that will go in this drain.
just about every trap you'll see in here deals with water and another element.
I'm not entirely surprised considering what the place is.
So Nimmer's effectively, let's say, up the wall a bit, flapping to keep against the wall, and poke his head around the doorway to actually see what's on the other side, aside from the 5 feet of water that's about to flow in here.
You see on the other side of the door 3 other obvious doors on the inside that look like the one you've just opened.
Mm-hmm. Are they opening, or they're like you said, they're obvious?
They are not opening.
Okay, but they're visible, unlike the one or at least the one that I'm looking at, or hang on, what a big one from this side, that'd be obvious on the other side. And how big the space on the other side?
10-foot space.
Okay. And so there's there's a door in each wall of this 10-foot space, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay. Can I see the opening mechanism on the other doors?
You can.
I will try the door in front. I'll actually aim to get into the room and try and open the door in front, so therefore it's going to go the other way. Or water will pour out the other side, hopefully.
As you try to activate the mechanism, it doesn't depress.
Might be on like a airlock system. Water lock system?
Well, hey, the best water locks don't operate while the other one's working.
Exactly.
Yeah, excellent. I'm not expecting it to work, but I will try the other doors just in case. But I'm assuming that the others will be acting in the meantime, because it might take me a bit of time to get to the door and do that sort of stuff.
So while Drachma is flying along, what's everyone else doing? Calcrix was holding up.
Well, I said I can, but Calcrix is considering just doing Resilient Fear and going to Sphere and just going down to the bottom just to see what's down there.
You're
I
gonna
believe it's a 10-foot wide sphere.
Is it? Okay, so
Wouldn't fit.
It's an 8-foot wide hole, so... Well, that would stop the water problem
It
and
would.
the sinkhole. For about 1
Except,
minute.
of course,
Yeah.
I'll hold
the
on
problem
to
is
the
that it would
wall.
activate like a
Look.
it'll keep popping up and down.
I don't know, how big
Floating.
am I as a large creature? Not 10
You
foot.
could fit inside 10 feet, but you take up a 10-foot space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could
You can curl up
span across it and catch anyone who falls down.
You can go deep,
Um,
deep, deep, deep.
And Llewell was talking about dimension dooring.
Yes.
So you're going to dimension door into Drachnamar, who's just moved into the space.
To near Dracula.
The place near to Drachnamar is where Calcrix has moved to the hole, over the hole.
No,
Literally.
I said I was gonna
So literally you've
go
got
to the side of the wall.
side of the wall.
Yeah, out of
So
the way.
literally you've got a spot like that. And then on the other side of it is Drachnamar here. And that's basically...
But he's in a 10-foot square room, isn't he?
He is in a 10-foot square room.
Right.
So there should be 3 spaces available in that room
He's
where
out.
others can fit.
Yes. Yeah. So there's space enough for us.
But it's not a free space because there's water.
How much water?
5
At the
foot.
moment, it's slowly going
4
down
feet.
from 5 feet deep. So it's probably about 4 to 3.5 feet deep.
Obviously, it'll start speeding up if the door gets lower, but currently the door's only just...
Can I have a quick look at the book?
Brain.
I
Sorry,
need to look at
I've got
dimension door.
markers in there because I was gonna do clairvoyance and true sight, but everyone else did stuff instead.
To
So
see if I
don't
can
need them.
land at the top of the water and take.
So the
take
eraser can
fall.
come out as well because I don't need it anymore.
You may need it soon.
Of course,
Is that the GM hinting
possibly
I'm true
the
sight?
description of 5 foot deep of water is reliant on the fact that this is a 10-foot cube that Dracula is going into, as opposed to
Yeah.
a 10-foot vertical passage.
All right. Dimension door does not specify.
So you can actually do it in the
Standing on
open
it.
air.
Yes, you can. You teleport to a location you specify within range. If it happens to be 25 feet above a spike, that's on your lookout. In this case, I'm going to teleport to the surface of that water next to Drachnamar, and we're just going to fall into the water.
Yep.
Wait, I don't know if you heard me say, but how clear is the water?
Not particularly clear.
I was gonna say, is it like the water we saw before, where it's not clear unless you look straight down?
Yeah.
So
Smoky
it just
water.
occurred to me that
Yeah.
the water got described as being 5 foot deep. That was probably assuming a 10-foot cube room. It might be the room is actually a 10-foot vertical passage, a 10-foot wide vertical passage.
Yeah. Well, as long as we can fit in the space above the water, we'll fall into the water, and if there's no floor under it, then we have to swim.
Exactly, that's right.
So we'll see how
Okay,
it goes
so
once we get there.
you do your dimension door here, and you hear this really weird sound as the spell starts to take off.
That shouldn't happen. Can I?
Because you're not in the normal plane of existence.
And this one doesn't like. I'm gonna have to cancel it before I finish. All right. There are other things I can
You
do.
feel as if you're about to split yourself in half and send half of you one way and keep the other half here.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yes, bad times.
Yes. Fortunately,
Don't split yourself.
I have other things I can do.
As your brain suddenly remembers, I'm in an entropy
If
node.
it looks like that
Yeah.
they might go down the hole, I'll grab hold of
Well, they
them.
can't while you're over the hole, like you said you were doing.
Okay.
At the most, they'll just be grabbing you as they're...
Yep.
Because you said you're going to protect everyone from going down the hole.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm going to try and position myself so that people can't go unwillingly down the hole.
Yes.
Are you going to actually block the hole from the water as well?
I don't think
Or are you
I
allowing the
could.
water to get down?
I'm pretty sure I couldn't, but no, I think
Oh,
it'd be a bit
happy with
like
that,
the boy sticking his finger in the
Damn.
dike. I'm pretty
Yep.
sure it'd be a very temporary, useless thing to do.
So you're hearing a hissing
Yep.
sound as the water starts going down into the area below.
Right.
I might do that true scene ritual, if that's okay.
On the plus side, we're putting cold water down the tube, so at least we might put it's cooled down a bit. So I don't know if you'll be able to do a ritual effectively in this situation.
Well, she can.
Alright.
Required you trying to hold yourself above the hole and
You're not enormously.
water rushing everywhere.
She probably
That's
can,
not
but
good.
with disadvantage. Because she's
Fair enough.
slightly distracted.
Yeah,
Because
so
to do the thing I can
So that would
do,
take you...
for
I'd need to be able to
true
pick you up.
scene, it requires
I'm strength
a
10. I don't have to
ointment,
move anywhere.
which
I
I would
can
have
pick you up.
pre-made, which I would get Eat to apply to my eyes. So Eat would access one of
Yeah,
the pouches
it's
from
average
under my
strength.
scales, if that's okay.
So
It should
it
be fireman character.
would be a Arcana
Or you
check.
can pick it back.
Disadvantage. What is
Yeah.
the level of the spell?
6
I just have to be able
6
to carry.
levels, so the
But then I
DC
do
would
a
be
waft.
22.
And dragon winds lift me across over there.
So, you said Arcana.
Can do it.
You'd be adding 10 to the roll.
19.
Yeah.
So I could use Luck
Gives me a
Chaos
flying speed of
to
60 feet
try
for a
and-
round.
But that'll be my last Luck Chaos for the day.
Mm-hmm. But it'll be re-rolling one of the dice.
Only rolling one of my dice?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you get to re-roll a dice, not the dice roll.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And on disadvantage, you could re-roll the lowest dice.
Okay.
Exactly. I would need to reroll the lower one because
Yeah.
So, do I roll a second?
What would the other dice succeed?
Would either succeed at this point?
What was the? Oh, you got 2 dice rolls. What was? What
Oh,
was the
I
dice
only
roll?
rolled once.
Okay.
Okay, yep. So the first roll was a 19, and the
19's
second
not
was a
bad.
19.
So was it 19 on the dice?
No, it's 9, plus you said 10.
Then
so
you
that's
wouldn't
nine.
worry about
you got
using
2
your luck.
9. That doesn't make any difference.
So you wouldn't use your luck of chaos because
The roll
at
good roll.
best it would be a 19.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
So if the other one had been a 17, then you probably would go, yes, I'll use my luck of chaos and hope I get better than 9.
9. Okay, alright.
Because you had disadvantage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
And that's the benefit of luck of chaos is you're re-rolling a dice.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
Brain is
Right, so-
tired.
I get her to get on my back in a piggyback,
Mm-hmm.
and then I use waft and waft me over to Dracony.
That
There
works?
is a dragon in the way.
I go around them.
Okay.
It's not a straight line.
Why don't you-
It
why
gives
don't-
me a flight speed.
why don't
Doesn't
you-
throw me 60 feet?
Why don't you walk over the back of the dragon?
You once use magic.
Because that involves actually climbing, not just walking. It's not a pathway.
I would prefer climbing,
Okay.
but it's fine.
You can climb a dragon if you like.
Okay.
But
Lonnie
I
can
feel
throw
somewhat rejected here.
the rule on the back on her back and then walk over the dragon.
you could.
Calabrix
do it
is
that
protecting
way.
the other 3. Because Calcrix is protecting essentially Bryn and Strin and
Yes.
supposedly Drazzle, but
That's true.
we all know how Drazzle
Well,
works.
I was
Yes.
going to say, technically, if they're not in the game, we don't have to protect them.
No, but
They're not here, so.
Though
Yeah,
I
conceptually
have
we'd be
had
climbing
some
over.
storylines for the players have left them behind and come back and found them murdered.
Yeah.
oh, oops.
Well, they left them behind for like 24 to 48 hours before walking back into a dungeon.
Leaving them in the dungeon, not
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah, no, so I want to make
Yes.
it clear. We are
Yeah,
protecting
that's
Bryn and Strin along the way.
Yeah, which is fine as long
And
as the
Drazzle.
GM does stuff like that.
Though you can't make it all into the room at the same time.
No, I would assume that they would Calcrix would be kind of clinging over the
Okay.
hole, and
Unless
they would be hanging on or something.
Unless Martin kind of mentions otherwise, like he says, so what are you doing with your other party members? I make the assumption that I've checked with him before, which is if they're not at the table, for now, if you've ever seen the Dead Gentleman's thing, they're standing in space but not in game.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes,
As
as
you're
you're
on someone of the list.
you hear the grinding sound come to a halt as the door finally hits the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You do feel a bit of a pull of the water towards the plug, the sinkhole,
Yeah.
as it slowly starts to lower.
Mm-hmm.
Were they seeing the water come from other directions as well, like with
They
the
did.
concern about doors open behind them?
It was coming from the opposite hallway and from the long passageway that they'd passed down.
Yeah.
Okay. And water is coming from all those directions now too.
It
Yeah.
is, yes.
Does the water in our little room drain away
It goes down to
reasonably
about
quickly?
It goes down to about 2 feet before it doesn't seem to go much faster.
Okay.
You do
Okay.
think that there is water coming into this room still.
There's water coming into this room still? From which direction? From where's the water coming
It
from?
also means it's flowing out too.
It seems to be coming from the south, whereas the door you opened is on the west.
Okay.
Okay.
So from my
but-
direction on the map, if you can see where the dragon is.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the door to the south is definitely closed, is that right?
It is definitely closed, yes.
But water's seeping in through around it or something anyway. Yep.
You think that there are intentionally passageways for the water to travel, or unintentionally due to corrosion.
Whoops.
Sorry, that's just my leg
Mhm.
Oh.
moving on me.
And now, so there's not room for all four of us in Elcrix's current form to fit into the room, is there?
There is not.
No, only 3 of us
Okay.
fit while Calcrix.
Yeah.
But you do think you could probably push one of the buttons.
Well, I was about to say the fact that now that the door's gone all the way down and the water's drained out, and he wasn't able to activate any of the other doors, I'm assuming that we tried that in the time while the others were doing bits and pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But it looked like the buttons to the door that we came through are pressable or activatable.
They do. Which one do you push? The north, the east, or the south? With the water coming in from the south.
Oh, sorry, but I tried those buttons when the water was still in there and it didn't work, is that right?
While the door was moving, the buttons didn't work.
Right.
Right, okay. But the door could be open and it might still move, and that the others might open. Okay.
Well, you do think Lani was right when Lani said like the
hole's like a drain.
the whole lock sort of system where everything one moves fully before the other moves.
Yeah, one has to move
Oh, yeah, no,
fully.
Yeah. that was more the idea of I was expecting to be the additional part of that was effectively only one door could be open at any one time. Like we'd have to close the one we came in and then open one of the others.
But
So,
One would think
But we'll try
that
first of
someone
all.
like Lani would understand locks.
We'll try first of all to see if we can open one of the, like leave the current door open and open one of the others.
Do you
Wow.
want, if you try the south door, you have the potential of then flooding this room and basically sweeping us away down into that drain. So do you want to try the south door to drain away water, or do you want to try one of the other doors?
I would think it was either the east door that was the first one inside, immediately across the way it come through, or the north door would be the obvious one to attempt. And if people don't have specific options or better thoughts, Jack Nim will probably go back to the east door that was his first attempt.
Well, maybe
you think the mechanism for the east door is actually below ground right now?
Okay, so north door.
Okay. We'll go the north door then.
I was going to say it's possible maybe Lani could do a knowledge check because of her water experience, of her understanding of how locks work, to maybe know which door to try first or which order to try them in.
Yeah, that's
especially since this is a Lani dungeon adventure, and all of this stuff was put together by Lani.
And you accept that role. What skill would it be?
What was it?
I said maybe a knowledge or a history.
Or I'd probably go with survival.
19.
19. Okay, so if you were to build this,
If I was doing this,
one of these would sweep you directly into the hole, no matter what you do. One would probably pour oil and light it up on you.
Ah, cool.
And one would be a way out.
Cool.
Right.
The answer would be the hardest one would be the way
Just
out,
where true
most
sight
likely.
would have been probably helpful, but
So, okay, so we feel that the switch for the east door is underground, as in under the water?
The one he opened up is...
the west door.
Yeah, sorry, the west door is the one that's underwater. But he came in through... He went east through the door. Assuming that's the one he was referring to, the one that was open. You wanted to push the...
Oh, sorry, yeah. No. I was effectively going for... Initially, my first one would be to go for the door opposite the one we came in.
Oh, okay. So
we came in on the west side, go to the east side.
Okay.
Okay.
just a couple of other questions. My level 6 true sight, I could only do that one level 6, even if it's a ritual?
No, you could do it every 10 minutes you want to spend on it.
Okay, so I could try to cast it again once I feel everyone's safe, and I might follow them through to the room. I might try and do that because it does give me the advantage of seeing not just 120 feet, but it also lets me see all secret doorways and a whole bunch of other things.
So do you get them to wait until...
is there time? Do we feel like there's time?
Potentially time at the moment because the water level's not increasing.
If Calcrix calls it out.
Yeah, she'd say, look, I can try this again, but I need 10 minutes.
I do apologize. I had assumed that Dracomir was trying to activate the buttons on the door that was open.
Oh, gotcha.
No problem. That's fine. I probably didn't make myself clear, so that's fine. Yeah, okay. So I guess, well, Jack Nimmer was about to try and push the buttons on the opposite door, like the east wall of this room. But he was about, before he did that though, he was going to say, hey, Calcrid, be aware, it may be that the door behind us, or the one we just came through, has to close before the next door will open. Right. So if it closes though, we'll come back, don't stress it. But then if you actually call and say, hang on, wait a moment, or wait 10 minutes.
Lonnie will share what she knows of how she would design this.
Yeah.
And warn Calcrix that, like, it's most likely that south door is not the correct door. Only one of these two doors is the correct door. Right. So if you want to try to figure that one out, there you go.
And I presume, how am I able to move from my precarious position to a safer position now?
Well, now that the water's not pushing as hard, and that you are in a less precarious position. When it was still draining out fully, it was more water. Now it's a constant stream of water.
Okay.
Well, and presumably if you move across to the side that we've just gone through, like the doorway, even if you're not actually getting into the room, you're probably ensuring that if any water did suddenly deluge through, well, you'd have to go down the hole before anybody else did.
Yeah, and the other thing was I would probably move closer to you guys anyway. Now that the risk of people going down a hole is a lot less.
Yeah.
So do
Well,
I then...
okay, Jack, we'll have another look at the north door and the east door and see if you can get any indication as to which is the more likely escape route.
Okay, give me an investigation as you look at the doors.
I was going to say, do I need to roll again?
He's
26.
minutes doing that. So as you're looking at the doors, you feel a couple of suction points on the north door, but none on the east door.
Suction points.
Where you can feel it
As in-
pulling his hand towards the door.
Yeah.
As in the water's flowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would.
Yeah. Well, I'm not getting like in my head. I think I'm playing. I'm thinking. So, am I feeling that suction points are good or bad?
Well, that means that water's going somewhere northwards, but is not.
Yep.
There is no water coming or going eastwards. It's the only door that has no water flow.
And if Lonnie feels that one of them is gonna have oil in it, I don't think oil and water would allow any passage. So the north door would be the safe door.
And at the same time, you realize that there are deployment chutes in the ceiling.
Deployment chute.
As in, so it drops
As in,
something.
like, chimney.
One of these buttons probably opens the roof.
Yeah.
And the holes aren't big enough for anyone to fit through.
Which is possibly where true sight may help.
Jets of fire.
May help.
It may help, yes.
Yes. Lonnie would encourage taking the time to allow Calcrix to.
And at the same time, you can actually feel that there are also drainage holes in the floor.
Oh, so there's some way to get rid of the water.
Well, it also implies the drainage holes exist because of the holes in the ceiling. Which means basically it's going to drop half a lake on you.
It'll either be full of water or oil.
Yes. Can we smell any oil?
Not at this stage. It just smells pretty bad.
It smells like murky water.
Aiming to see if you can work out which button is. So if you look at the buttons on the north door and trying to determine which one's likely to open it versus which one's likely to bring the roof down on us.
You do think that magic would probably assist at this stage if you were to wear it?
Yes. I have augury, for example, which is pretty well designed for situations like this.
You also had Calcrix who said she could cast True Strike. Not True Strike, True Strike.
True sight.
True Strike would be an interesting. Bink! Yes, I broke a hole in the wall.
That's
a Star
It
Wars
is just
reference.
below it because this
I
isn't
have-
alphabetical order. But
Yes, I've hit the correct button exactly on. I have not missed.
You hit exactly what you were aiming for.
Yes.
But you would expect
Not necessarily the correct button.
you'd expect you want to go north, whether the north buttons actually open the door or not remains to be seen.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Lani would design it in such a way that it doesn't make sense.
Yes.
yeah, duh.
Yeah.
Why would I make
Wow.
A
Yeah.
equal B?
Yeah.
A obviously equals purple.
Yes.
If we're waiting for Calcric ritual, then Jack Nimble will certainly use the time to continue to investigate mundanely the buttons and
Without touching things.
Yes.
You spend time looking while Calcrix does the ritual.
Yep. And if we
Not
need it,
disadvantaged this time.
okay, so just
and if we need it, I have divination too.
I see everything.
Natural 20.
Yes.
Okay,
Nice.
so yes, you bring up your true sight. It shows you that the mechanisms are quite interesting. The southern mechanism activates the northern door. The
Right.
northern mechanism activates the southern door. The eastern mechanism activates the roof.
Right.
And you can see bubbling liquid up there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't touch the east door. This is the first thing Calcrix says.
And all the mechanisms are connected to the western door.
If I remember that. Or
Oh.
the west door. So,
So if you activate any of them, the western door shuts.
right.
Right.
So everybody has to get out.
Yep.
Including Calcrix.
Yes.
So
we
I
take the
will.
west
And you also see that the through the north door are stairs leading down.
Right.
And that the hole leads to the same place.
Okay,
But
so.
possibly
But
quite no.
one is down a hole and one is down a stairway.
Yep.
Calcrix would prefer the stairs if
Yes.
she could fit.
Well,
will I
particularly
fit
also
in
since the one is down a stairway and one is down a well of boiling water or something.
Yes. We want to
I'll
avoid that.
move into the room, instruct everyone to get close together, describe how the doorways work, especially because Drachnema has been investigating them. So if he decides to push more buttons,
Yes.
it's informed decision making, pushing buttons. That
So
he's
you
doing.
you'll manage to squeeze into the room with the other three.
Mhm.
So it's a very
Uh-huh.
tight squeeze.
Which is fine.
Very tight space.
And so there's
And
two
then,
Lanies
so
in
once
there.
you
Yeah, the two lines now because I don't have it.
once you're in, Drachnema will say, "Well, now, whoever's closest to the south door, push the button on the right or whatever, like the equivalent was going to be." If Drachnema's not the one in position to do it, because I expect he's probably on the northern side.
Yes. I can see these buttons. Which one do I push?
I could also use. I'm pretty sure I've got both Arcane Hand and Mage Hand, so I could also use Mage Hand.
I think your
or
foot
Arcane
is
Hand.
also right next
Or
to
tail.
it. If you want to just
Probably
Or
tail.
Eep.
Yeah, Eep.
you could do it.
Eep on the end of my tail.
That'd be cute.
Yes, it
Okay,
would.
so it is an actual lever that I have to pull.
Okay.
And it basically slides up the door.
Yep.
Let's see.
And you hear it click as the other door starts to come up.
If Eep pretends to struggle with it, so be it. But Calcrix knows that Eep has lifted Calcrix out of the battlefield. So
Right.
if Eep's pretending to struggle, Calcrix will give her a little chuckle.
She's got to show she's working at it.
Yeah.
Or just push it up with the tail.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So
Because Eep's strong, but not necessarily a lot of lifting distance.
maybe no.
Well, Eep's not very
Eep's
big.
changed. Eep's changed size.
Yeah, we noticed that.
And
But
what-
generally not in front of anyone except Calcrix.
And once the door shuts, you feel the waters drain out beneath you.
Mm-hmm. Schlorp. Hmm.
And you see...
Does Lani doesn't have a shield, does she?
No.
No,
Okay.
two-handed trident.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
Even though
I don't need to suggest then you might want to hold the shield above your head.
okay, so the water
Because I was thinking you're the only one that might have a shield.
I've got a shield.
I have a shield.
west door starts to close. Water drains away. North door opens.
Nothing happens until the door fully closes.
Right. Yeah, because that has
You,
to.
you hear a grinding sound once that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Pause for a moment of everyone go,
Oh, no.
and then the north door rises.
Yep.
Excellent.
And that true sight lasts for I think about an hour.
Sorry, that's pretty
Drachnema will immediately duck down to be looking under the door to see, make certain we're not about to be attacked by anything.
And you feel the heat wafting up the stairs as you're looking under the door.
Okay.
Right.
Or at least with the dry heat this time.
That's
Hey.
actually wet heat. Not dry
Oh,
heat.
still
The
Very,
steamy.
worst kind.
very muggy.
Yes.
So muggy that you're actually wiping what you think is sweat off your face.
Yes.
So the true
Don't
sight
like you phrase that.
lasts an hour. So
At least it'll wash all the
can
red
I,
goop off.
if I see anything
That's
dangerous,
a good
Oh,
question.
I cleaned you, I think.
that should give me some warning.
It will give you some warning.
Yep.
Okay, so you find that there is a looks very natural, like cut into the rock. Definitely not dwarven style. But this is nothing that they would build.
Okay.
Rest of the places look very well crafted. This looks almost like it was formed out of nature, but
Okay.
to perfect stairs going down, just weaving and winding down through the rock.
But it looks
So-
like it was basically grown.
How Lottie would want it to look.
Yes. Or in fact, you used
So the
spells.
keg appears to be made for humanoid-sized people.
It does appear to be made for human-sized people.
Okay.
What
And
about dragon-sized people?
Smaller.
you can squeeze through.
Oh. Well, I'm more thinking about the idea of whether or not we want Calcrix to go first or last on the idea whether she's likely to tumble on the stairs.
Probably first, in that her true sight is still working,
Active.
or at least just behind Lani.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we're in Lani land.
So-
La, la, la.
As
Yeah.
you're walking down,
Yeah.
Calcrix sees that this is a single natural cavern of great size, at least several hundred feet in both directions.
Oh,
The air is hot, steamy, and heavy with foul volcanic gases. Dim illumination is provided by luminescent fungi clinging to the damp walls and ceiling. The floor of the cavern is a field of bubbling mud pots, small geysers, and hot springs, and mineral deposits. The colours are rich reds, browns, and yellows, combined with blacks and greys. Terraces crusted with deposits from mineral springs extend from the sides of the cavern at several points. Stalactites hang from the ceiling and merge with stalagmites in several places to form pillars from roof to floor. Occasional flares of ruddy light combined with great bursts of steam from the depths of some of the hot springs briefly illuminate parts of this great cavern.
But,
What's
so-
funny about this is I've really been looking to try and go to caves sometime soon, just because I like caves,
Yes.
and like this sounds awesome. Sounds
This is-
exactly
this is
like
a
where I
big
want to go.
cave.
Yeah,
Lani
you do know there's like 3 pretty good ones in Canberra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you've
And-
been to them if you.
Calcrix
Yeah.
can actually see that there are creatures in the pool, as well as a terrace on the other side, and a passageway off to the west.
Okay.
So,
I'll
while you're going to
describe
decide what you're going to do
these.
here, what do you need to go bathroom again?
So there's a passageway to the west and the terrace to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to go in to the water. Going directly over the water may be a problem depending on the creatures underneath. Someone like Dratnamar or Lani probably be able to scout around the sides. I don't know whether or not there's a spell.
I was gonna say it'd be if you could see the platform. If there was a way that you could see like a clear-ish, safe path to walk over, that we could get to perhaps the platform.
Yes, I don't
It'd
have,
be good to explore the terrace before
Yeah.
we went down the passageway.
Yeah.
I don't have find the path, which is what you'd want to use for that.
Yeah,
Um,
doesn't sound like one I've got either.
no.
Clairvoyance could possibly
That
help.
would be of use, but it's something we've got to keep until we actually need to do scouting. We've got Dracnimir for scouting.
We do.
Happy to
He's
do
very
it.
good at it.
He's way better than we are.
Oh yeah. That's why I don't bother doing.
Although,
Scouting.
okay, it is something that, as part of his scouting, he has picked up, like in level up a feat that means that if we have to roll a group scouting type check,
Yeah.
after they're all rolled, the person with the lowest roll can then take Dracnima's score and same as him.
That's a good
Yeah.
skill.
Okay, so you see that there are paths that can connect you all over the space here. Just that it will be a circular route unless you want to fly over the mud or.
We've already discounted flying over.
Yeah.
Because
the creatures underneath may
Get enthusiastic.
be the sort to jump out of the water.
And I will give Calcrix a. We'll make it a perception roll to see if you can figure out what they are.
19 plus 10, I think it is on perception, so 29.
Okay, so you do recognize them as the corporeal you saw in the time node.
Oh, okay, so they're Barney's creatures. So you could possibly try talking to them.
keep in mind, Lonnie knows them as monsters, and when Lonnie met them at the beginning of time, they weren't that until they took her memory, and that's what they then become. So whether or not these are now guardians that Lonnie has put in place, would Calcrick see them scattered throughout all of the pools? Are they only in certain pools?
Have they, because
or
of
is it
our
hard to
presence,
determine?
have they come like all to our side of the pool?
No, they're not on your side of the pool. They're in far pools, not close. So at least 70 feet away from you to 120 feet.
Would it be possible to walk to the terrace without passing by one of their pools, or is that not possible?
The terrace passes between both of them.
Okay.
So technically you could get close to one or the other,
Okay.
but there's no way to not
And
go
then,
near them.
is there a way to the western passageway that wouldn't pass by one of the corporate?
One of them's right next to the passageway,
Okay.
and the other one is between you and the terrace.
Okay.
So whichever way you go, you're gonna have to pass by one, if not both.
Okay. It's not the worst thing. Lonnie could take front on this.
So you do
From-
recognize this. You've been here before.
Of course I have. Is this, does it look like the corporate city?
It does not.
Okay. What do I recognize this as?
You just know you've been here before.
Of course I have.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, okay, let's go forward.
So
If the corporal come and attack us, well, we'll do with that, but
yeah. I
stay
guess
away from them if we can.
I will carefully walk us forward as we get closer to the terrace. Do I see anything on top of the terrace?
Okay, so it is quite a distance away.
Maybe, so they're 70 feet away. If I get to within 20 feet, is that giving better sight to the terrace?
Well, from what
Well,
Calcrick
if
said,
you're in the
this
town
would
type of
be
cabin,
probably about,
there's probably a lot of walking to get to 20 feet.
to get in 20 feet of it, you have to pass by the corporate pools.
Okay. To get within 20 feet of the nearest corporate.
To be honest, they weren't hot mud pools. Calcrix would probably stick a head in and
Yeah.
say hello, just to see what they'd say.
I was gonna say, if you did that in the water ones as well, there's so many chemicals and stuff in it, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, this is Calcrix. She likes saying hi to everyone. She wants to make new friends. She offers tea and coffee and cookies to everyone.
Okay, so what, as we carefully walk forward, what do I see on the terrace as we approach? If I can see anything.
Okay, so you approach passing near the corporate.
Although she has gotten better at judging whether or not she should do that.
If Lani and Kelquick are leading, then that means Kraknima's bringing up the rear and he has an arrow knocked on his bow.
Yeah, and Lonnie
He's not actually drawn, it's just in his offhand, he's got the arrow knocked on the bow, ready to draw when needed.
Lonnie, now since Calcrix can see them, Lonnie will ask Calcrix while Lonnie focuses on other things, to Calcrix to focus on if the courtroom move.
here's how they look.
I don't
Yeah.
like that.
That's
They look
pretty
like
icky.
octopus crawdad something.
But they're your friends, aren't they?
So for Jeremy's
I
purpose,
don't want them to be my friends.
They look very friendly.
Right, so this is where we use true polymorph.
Oh my goodness. That's
Cool.
gross.
well, hey, they have a close up of the head there.
I hate that so much.
That's icky. Yes.
So it makes a lizard look a bit nicer.
Which is no recommendation.
Yeah, they're Lani's friends.
And no wonder they've become the creatures of horror through the stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look horrific to you.
Yes.
But really,
Look at that
they're
picture.
just big, friendly puppy dogs.
Just don't think about them kissing.
Honestly, them eating
I
is the
thought
worst.
of
Just like a big, friendly puppy dog, they slobber a bit, but it's still with love.
With
No.
all the teeth.
To be honest, though, since they're all squiddy face, all I can think is Davy Jones.
It's a piece.
He's like this. These are like
These
this.
are like
Yeah.
okay.
100-year servitude.
So as you walk forward,
Carefully.
I am going to get Luell to make a wisdom saving throw.
Love that.
See? Uh-oh.
Why you say uh-oh? I don't like that you said uh-oh.
Well, his next words
No.
might be yes, master.
Well, the fact that a saving throw is required at this point means that we're under attack.
Yep.
And that's why we are. Fortunately, I have a advantage on saving throws for wisdom. So I can roll twice. I rolled 19 on the dice for the first one. I think I probably made it.
Well, if you didn't, we're in trouble.
Yes.
Then we also have Drachnamar also making
Yeah.
a check.
Right. Yeah, my total there is 25.
16.
I believe you said 16.
No, 16 on the die for a total of 23.
Okay.
Yeah, your sound cut out after the word 16.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. No, it was good.
Okay, so yes, both of you feel as if something had reached into your mind and twisted it,
That's fun. That's a fun.
Yes.
and you sort of see blood trickling out of your ear.
Ah. Wow.
And there was a success on the saving throw.
Yeah, that's why I went, wow. That's, ow.
You got this slight
so-
ringing headache.
Are these core crew actually related to a lizard, like the chaotic or mental dominating type creatures?
Give me a Arcana check. Or just ask Lani.
Well, it was something you was calling out. That, Arcana is certainly not. It's Dracnima's one weak skill.
Yes. Well, if you ask the question, I can attempt to answer it because it's one of my train skills.
Okay, yeah, he's literally effectively asking it out or thinking out loud.
Out loud. Yeah. Okay. So 22.
22. Yes, you have heard these legendary creatures because you could roll as your legend bonus to that one.
Yes.
'Cause
Yeah, because it's on history.
Because it's
Yeah.
not a common creature.
Yes.
And legendary, they are able to turn mortals to their own needs. As
Right.
in Renfield people.
As in, yeah, mental domination stuff.
Hey, what are the other technically dudes?
Mind flayers.
Yeah.
who have come back to us from the future, which means they may actually be the evolved versions of these things,
Yeah.
which is a frightening thought.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing?
We
Have
just
we
had
encountered the corporal yet?
we just
They're
had a mental attack on myself and Drachnimir, and even on succeeding, we've got a ringing headache and there's blood dribbling down.
I see. So we're waiting to see.
So the next question is, do we know where they are, and Drachnimir can start shooting?
Caltrix does, I think.
Yes, you can see that they're submerged in the mud, about 5 feet below the surface.
Okay.
How far away?
Probably about 20 feet in one direction and 30 in the other.
Which means your arrows are going to lose a lot of power going through that much water.
have
It's not water.
It's mud.
Mud. Even more so.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
Will
Ah.
my speak? I don't know if it'll work because I don't know if they're classified. But will my speak with animals ring work?
They're intelligent
They're intelligent,
creatures.
so
They're
no.
not
Okay.
animals.
And the aberrations, not
Animal.
beasts.
I think I know how to speak a couple of those languages.
They speak psychically.
I do have telepath, I think.
Of course, I
have
flame
telepathic
strike.
bone.
What
No.
does the
That
true
might
sight
be-
give you ability to see other?
I don't
Particularly if I change the
think so. The only reason I
fire
can
to
see them is because
electricity.
you've said that I can see
to
them.
lightning, so it transmits through the
And I'm
water.
guessing that's because I got a natural 20. So the true sight, because I do have things like tongues and stuff like that as well. So it's just a matter of determining which one to use. So true sight just means that I can see to 120 feet and secret doors hidden by magic, and then the rest is as determined by you as to what I can see and do.
So yes, you do
Right.
see also looking around you that there seems to be shadows around Luel and Drachnimir.
Like elemental type shadows or just shadows?
Just the shadows. They could be elemental. They could just be the thoughts of these creatures.
I see.
Would Drachnimir and Luel
Ooh.
make this known to Lonnie up front?
Well, they can't. Oh, the pain they would notice. Probably yell
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's an ouch.
Alright, I have something that I could try. I don't know how well this will work, but Lonnie will try calling out through the cavern. I am Lonnie, speaker of the first word. Make
Empress of the Sea.
Empress of the Seas. Make yourselves known and do not harm us.
Give me a persuasion roll.
We're going to make sure she gets Spanker of the Naughty as a title at some point.
Yeah, I think this is entirely appropriate to her personality.
Yes, which means we're going to have to get it so that she's babysitting.
15?
15.
That's
Okay, you
not gonna
hear
work.
Lonnie's words echo across the room as she calls out.
And she does impressive things.
And so Drachnimmir's going to call out after he gets his head back on speaker again, saying, "Try that again. You're going to regret it."
And
Drachnimmir's willing to dive into molten mud.
Yeah, that's smart.
That's right, I can heal him through it.
and
I did wonder for 2 seconds what greater dragon breath would do.
Make hotter mud.
you do
Yeah.
see them rise to the surface
Oh,
and bow towards Lonnie.
Hey.
But they do look like creatures out of your nightmares. The worst nightmares you imagined.
Yeah.
that's right, she's seen
They're
them
probably
before.
like
No, she's not seen them.
Oh,
all.
I haven't
Yes.
seen-
I
Not
thought
like
you
this.
had.
Not like this, no.
That
No,
they
not like
that
this,
they
no.
look like her worst nightmares.
Yes.
The
Uh,
things that scared
they-
her as a child.
AKA, this is what my imagining of what corporal were. So, this is...
So that's what they actually are.
I picked the scariest ones
Yes, you
to
did.
guard this on
Yes.
purpose.
Yes. Because they're scared of the bejebbers out of
because
you.
they scared me.
And
And now you get to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, I figured. I like the other number better. No, because it was tilted on one number.
Right.
So.
Do you want to use one of the table rerolls?
No, it's still okay.
Okay.
Ish. 15.
Ish.
15. You feel yourself tremble as you're looking at them.
Yeah,
Mm.
because they're scary looking.
Yeah, that's what you're. At least you're reacting to
That's-
that rather than being attacked.
So I'm,
okay, to extract him, interpret Lani's tremble as a pure fear reaction or the combination.
I very much doubt she's being attacked because she's not bleeding the way we are.
You think of it as more like a fear of seeing her nightmares manifested. As she did mention,
Okay.
they started to appear out of her dreams.
Mm.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, if Dracula was even suspecting that it might be a case of them trying to dominate or provide mental things upon any of us,
Yeah.
that Dracula come out of his word.
Yep.
Yes.
okay, so I call him out. I tremble a bit because I'm a bit scared. But I will go ahead and try to say.
And as they also
Guidance. Have an
stand
extra
up, Kalkrick sees that
Yeah.
the black shapes surround the well and Dracnoir disappear.
Oh, that's
Okay.
That's
Oh,
good.
good.
That's good.
Yes.
So Lottie will try to say, please,
Cleaning his
Cleaning
drinking
his
water.
bowl.
Right.
please
Not
allow
saying,
for
"Let me out."
me and my companions to cross unharmed. Thank you for
Defending this place.
for defending this area.
And giving
guarding.
your guidance as you're starting that, so add
Yeah.
an extra D4.
Give me a persuasion.
Yes.
As you're trying to persuade them to be nice.
Yeah, please be nice.
Good puppy.
Oh, nice.
We've got to
Did-
figure out
did
what
you
the
add the D4
equivalent
to
of
that?
a
Yeah.
Scooby snack is for the corporal.
So that's people persuasion.
Scooby snack.
Yeah.
Pizza people.
People. You end up
Yeah.
in biscuits.
Just like
If
the
it makes
Pokemon
any
candy.
difference,
Yes. Yes.
if it makes any difference, the half dragon got a 29 on intimidation.
I got 28.
If that
Nice.
That will help. So yes, as we have Angry Wing stance.
The real dragon hasn't tried intimidation yet, and she has jazz wings, which can be used for evil as well as good.
I want to know what evil Jasmine's looks
It scares away very, very large dinosaurs. Dinosaurs that are like 10 times bigger than her.
Okay, so yes, they drop beneath the mud with a plop.
Bloop, bloop.
Yes. Like a Irish wolfhound being told off by Jack Russell.
Yeah, kind of.
Hee.
And so you see that there seems to be some sort of throne up the far end.
Is that your seat?
I think that is my seat.
Well, the whole idea was to come here for some sort of crown on some sort of throne, so
Yeah, so
I'm guessing
that's
this is
gonna be
the
it.
This
throne
looks
with the
like
crown.
perhaps it.
Or bait for a trap. You'd do that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would. Okay, so just catching up notes. So we'll go ahead and head towards the platform, and I would like Dracula to check for
Wow.
traps as we get up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, so you start to have a look up there. Give me an investigate as you look.
23, 25.
25. Okay, so looking up there, you don't see any traps, but you do see a throne with a grinning skeleton covered in mineral water.
mineral water.
Yeah,
Again, minerals left by water.
yeah.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Basically making a small layer of see-through stone on them.
Yep. I understand.
So how big this platform the throne's on?
The platform itself is probably about 30 feet by 25 feet, and it is 40 feet above the pools on multiple terraces. So you climb up one terrace, then another and another until you're all the way up the top.
Okay. Whilst I'm sure Cal Creeks can be seen quite effectively with the cruise sight anyway, Jackdimmer will be aiming to walk around the throne without actually touching it while he's doing investigation,
The throne
and
is
also
up
looking at
against
the area
far-
behind.
The throne is up against the far wall, so you can't walk around it,
Okay.
which is why
Yep.
the mineral's coming down over the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
The wall will be the side of the throne as well.
Yep.
I presume I don't see any secret doors.
It does not appear to be a secret door, but you can see a glowing ring and a glowing short sword under the stone.
Yeah.
I will mention this to Lonnie. No crown?
No crown here.
Is there any recognisable identifying
Is it
features on the
down?
skeleton other than the ring and the sword?
There
Put him
is
down on
not.
his blanket, but that's okay.
Obviously, they've done well
He'll
to
settle
hide
better
what they're
there,
doing.
usually.
The blankie. There we go.
Okay, so I guess I will try to approach said skeleton. Does this skeleton, by chance, appear to be approximately the same height as me?
It does.
I don't think you can tell that it's you from a skeleton, but I
No.
think intuition probably tells you it's you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure intuition tells me everything.
Oh, except that it can't be Lani because it's dead.
Well,
It could be
Or
one of
I
their
could have just
descendants.
outgrown my skeleton. Who knows?
Unless
needs
it's
those
undead.
things? Who needs skeletons anyway?
Well,
You- yeah.
She could literally speak the last word in the universe long before she dies,
of course.
and then go back in time.
Hmm.
Yep. Because if I spoke the last word and the universe started over, then by then the universe was dead, so that would mean I would be
That
dead.
would be both last, and you'd be first. The first speaker twice if you did that.
I would be restarting the universe.
Yes, you would.
Um,
But you started it. Now you restart it. So that's first speaker squared.
okay. So it's mineral deposits all over, so it's so when you said the ring and the sword are under the stone that is covering the skeleton is what you meant. Okay. What happens if I just try to touch it?
Okay, so
18 on a Legion check. I'm not sensing undead in this skeleton at all.
you are not sensing undead whatsoever, but you are shocked as Lani sticks her hand through the mineral covering the skeleton.
Yeah,
Grab
we've done
the
it before.
things.
Well, you've even touched the mineral and it's as hard as stone.
Yeah, no, that's right. She put her hand through the statues too, so she's done it before. Only this time she might not come out red. But the important thing also, can she draw the sword and the ring out with her hand?
So ring and sword of entropy, or that's the stone that is building is entropy. So I want to grab the ring and sword off of the skeleton gently and respectfully.
Okay, so as you put your hand into it, you feel the skeletal hand close around yours.
Oh,
fun.
hello, good to meet you. May I have this, please? Or are you using this still?
That will be a strength, an athletics check.
Yes. Strength and athletics?
Strength, athletics via strength.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And no, my dice really isn't flashing under the table.
I don't want to hear that. I am going off of. Hopefully, I can get above 20 with my stuff. It is a 20 modified. Is it? Yes. 20 modified. So
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there's a beach
So,
after 20.
as you're watching Lani sort of struggle a bit, next thing you know, Lani's disappeared into the stone.
Can I see where?
So does it look like I'm now sitting there covered in stone?
Well,
Or you
they
just fall
don't
into the
see
chair.
these change in the statue through the stone. They
Okay.
just see you disappear into the stone.
I just go, okay.
Do I see anything particularly different from what everyone else sees?
Well, with your sight still up, you see what appears to be a doorway.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
But obviously wasn't there before.
My instinct
When
is
she was
to
looking.
go.
Well, the
through
dragon
it.
was one of the last stop.
Okay. I just because I thought we said she'd had to look around with two scenes as well, but
The doorway didn't appear until Lani touched it.
exactly, yeah, happy with that.
And as you walk up to it, you can't reach it.
Okay, alright. It might only be accessible to Lani.
Okay, so Lani, you find yourself floating in blackness.
Okay. I try to see if I can try to move, knowing that it is black. I don't know if I have any type of reference.
Well, you're not standing on anything.
Yeah.
You're not touching anything.
Yep.
You can't feel anything.
Yep.
You don't feel hot. You don't feel cold.
Feel nothing.
You can't breathe anything, but you don't feel the need to breathe.
Yeah.
Just feels like there's nothing here.
Yep. Okay, so I am in nothing. There is nothing. Nothing exists. I will try in my best power to move forward, imagining the ring and the sword.
Okay.
Well, have you got the ring and the sword?
Oh, that's a good question too.
You had not touched the ring of the sword. You reached in
And just
got pulled in.
yep.
Right.
And while she's in there, who would like to roll a d6?
Looks like Paul's going to.
I've got one. Do just
The dragons?
3. Yes.
Okay,
The double
so
driver.
a burst of steam comes up from below as a big pocket of mud, not where the corporeal were, bursts.
Right.
And though all of you will end up with 3 fire damage.
How? Sorry? How?
Though if you have water aspected, that becomes more.
What is
Oh yeah,
your
because it's the anti.
water, air, and entropy?
Well, it's fire
aspected?
damage. So yes.
Okay. So did you say just 3?
3 points. Yes.
Yeah.
And do you reckon the ring of fire resistance produces
there
it?
a creature in
It's
it?
Yeah,
just the steam.
That will.
What was that, Jeremy?
Ring of fire resistance.
Ring of fire resistance reduces damage?
Yep. It will.
Well, you did say when you bought that you know you wanted it for
Right.
just this occasion.
So if I've got water element, I can reduce it, right?
If you've got water element, it increases
Increases.
by half your proficiency if you've only got one.
But you're multi-element, aren't you? So it probably cancels each other out.
That's what I was about to
He
ask
said
you.
it-
You have fire.
So-
Unless you have
No.
fire. No.
Then you take 5 fire damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
As characters, assume you're going to learn that there are ways to protect yourself from that.
Yeah, well, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to learn about how do you actually do multi-element
Yeah.
things,
Same here.
but the rules don't exist yet.
Well, the
So-
Alphratians are from a different region, and you're learning their skills.
I'm asking the GM, not these people.
I know.
I'm sorry, but you haven't written the stuff that I need yet, so I can't do anything with it yet.
But it's also a case of it might be that the only way you can do it is through role playing with the people.
Yes, but knowing that is what I need to know. So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how to do this.
That's,
or how
that's
to
why
get
I was
to-
saying you'll
Yeah.
get to it soon.
Yeah, but
Not there yet.
this is something I asked about a while ago.
Does protection from energy?
Does protect you
That will
against
work.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so back to Lani.
So I tried imagining things, did imagination.
Give me a charisma saving throw.
I might have to use another table reroll. Let's see. I mean, table reroll, please.
Okay. We have a couple.
That was better. Okay. 18.
18. Okay, so as you're imagining these things, you see what appears to be the sword and the ring appear in different directions.
That's dumb. Okay.
One's to the left of you and one's to the right of you.
It's as
You
if
re-
it's a choice.
Reach out for both at once. Because you're you.
Does it look like they're like
They're not
it's-
within reach.
Yeah, that's not it. I tried to like. I don't know if I have any powers here or any will or anything over this space, but let's try it. I tried to like Thor hammer them to me, see if that does anything. Like, I don't know if it does, but might as well try.
Okay. I will give you another Christmas saving throw.
That's really silly. That was my original one. It's an 8.
So you're straining a lot, but nothing seems to happen as Ariadna gets to roll a d6 this time.
Do I get a chance to do protection from?
You can do
Energy?
that first.
Because I was just checking to see if either shield or protection from energy could do more than one person, but no, they can only just do myself, which is frustrating. There it is. So at second level it's concentration, so I might not have time to do it because it takes or it lasts 1 minute.
The last 1 minute.
Yeah,
Duration
one
is how
action.
long it lasts.
Yeah, okay. Cast at higher levels gains additional. Okay, so do I just roll?
Roll a d6.
Oh, d6 did you
I
say?
was saying to roll it. To cast a spell, you don't have to
Oh,
roll.
you roll a d6 to
Determine
determine.
effect.
Okay. 6.
6. Okay, so the ground shakes all around you, and those with wings are perfectly fine. Everyone else has to make a dexterity saving throw. Well, they do have the air aspect, allowing them to balance better.
Oh yeah, they can not worry about the ground. Fortunately, I have advantage on dex checks as well, which is not really good. Well, my dex ain't only that much. 18.
You feel a bit shaken, but not stirred.
I think you broke Paul's brain.
It had to be said, didn't it?
Well, there was a small tremor.
What was that? Oh, goodness. Okay.
So back to Lani.
Mm.
They don't seem to come towards you. They seem to be resisting you.
Yeah, they don't like me. Like, fine. So I will go towards. I might test myself here. If it was me who even did this. I will go.
Are these even what you really want?
I'll go towards this. I don't even know.
You want the crown.
I do want the crown.
Really, really want.
But I don't. The crown wasn't obviously there before.
Why
Where
would
is
it
the
ever be
crown then?
obvious?
Yes. So I see them. They don't want to come towards me. So I'm like, this is a throne. Where is the crown? So I will try to imagine the crown.
Okay. Give me a Christmas saving.
25.
Okay, so yes, you see the crown appear right before you.
I grab it.
You reach out and grab it.
I put it on.
Give you a intelligence roll at this stage.
Yeah, thank you.
Look at the crown first, maybe. But hey, impulsive.
19.
You remember being told not to put it on until you sat on the correct turn,
Yes, that is right.
and that's not here
No.
because it was also part of the test.
Yes. I'm very smart in that way. Hee hee, tricky. Lonnie got way smarter as she got older, just saying. Yeah, after all those years of blubbering up, makes sense.
And you realize that the ring and the sword is just either side of you. They were there the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Of course they were. Yes.
But until you grab the crown, they just seem so far away.
Yee. Okay, I grab the crown, tuck it away, why not? Grab the sword and the ring, and imagine myself stepping back through the doorway I've stepped out of.
Another charisma saving throw.
Yeah. 16.
And you'll find yourself stepping into Calcrix.
Into. Okay.
Not inside, but into.
Thud.
What?
You're thumping to the side of Calcrix.
Yeah.
Because Calcrix was there trying to figure out what was going on.
Try what? Calcrix has just been run into.
I know. Did you want a seed cake?
Okay.
Thank you.
And that one couldn't go.
Yeah, I'll show. Thank
They're
you.
from Costco. They've got every seed you can imagine in them.
Mm.
Good for those essential fatty acids and omega-3s.
Except avocado seeds.
They, looking at Lani, she steps out. She looks far more attractive than when she stepped in.
That's hard to imagine, because
Which
I'm
is
already so
kind
attracted.
of confusing to Calcrix because she's never found humans of any sort or elves particularly attractive or not attractive. They're kind of just being there.
She's more aesthetically pleasing.
It's just great for your skin, what can I tell you? Okay. So,
Do I notice the crown?
I would say, like, are the items in my hands?
So you have the crown, the short sword, and the ring?
Yeah, so I'll say...
Looking at the crown, you've only got half the crown.
What the heck? Okay, gotta go find the other half.
Because you would have done that to yourself more than once.
Absolutely.
Well, it stops you from putting it on, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
At least
Who
stops
knows,
it-
maybe
stops it
I
putting
just-
it on too soon.
Maybe I made it into a tiara.
Maybe it's with the real throne.
Yeah, exactly. That would make more sense.
But there is a passageway leading off from here.
Yeah, that's the passageway to the west.
East, west, yes, west.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, with that, I will show the people who know their magics what I have, in case they want to try identifying them,
I'll
and
definitely
then
have a look.
carefully put them away.
So with
Lulu has
magic,
identified.
Lowell is noticing the sword is quite appealing.
Oh dear. I will
It's
look at it, but I will definitely not touch it.
It radiates strong enchantment.
Yeah.
It's
It
not.
is.
It's not the appealing. It wants you to take it. It just looks
It's lots
good.
of it's a really pretty sword.
It just makes every other weapon look like this pointless.
I won't think
It's
about
a
the one
carving sword.
I won't think about the I won't think about the one I'm wearing. That sword is extremely hoopy.
It's nice.
It's very cutting.
Cutting, not stabby.
While I have it, does it make
'cause
me
it's
look
got
very
vicious-
sharp?
It's got
It does.
vicious mockery as well.
Alright, I think I have a new hip sword.
It's
The
well,
actual name of it is
whilst
Short
it's a-
Sword of Alluring.
whilst it's
Nice.
a short sword that would be good for Dracnima, we can actually use a melee weapon that gives him his sneak attack.
Yeah.
It's made of metal.
You have to find your glass one.
No. Glass. Yeah, glass. Glass
Can't
would
do
probably
glass.
do. Stone sword. You could.
Or you could get one made by the dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it is metal, you can use
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah.
I can use it, but I prefer not to. And hey, I'm pretty happy with my my own sword at the present time anyway. Always power sword.
Okay. So I grab the stuff. I put it.
And what about
nicely.
what about the
about
ring? Did you notice about the ring?
Compared to the sword, the ring looks completely unassuming.
So I put the sword away to then look solely at the ring for the other people who look at things, which is not Lonnie.
Okay, so
Ooh.
with your, because your arcane sight is still locked, you do also see the very appealing nature of the sword, and the ring just makes you feel as if it's punching above its weight.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, they go together.
Yeah.
As you recognize telekinesis when you see it.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
That's
Telekinesis.
just useful.
Okay.
Yeah, very useful. I'll let Lani know about the properties that I can determine about the sword and the ring and the crown.
You
I
can't even
presume.
see the crown.
You can't see the crown. So when she says I got half the crown, I go, what crown? Oh, okay. That's a shame. I like crowns. Even just looking at them.
Well, you can see that it looks like she's holding something, you just can't see it yet.
Right.
Can
It's
anyone
very much
else
just
see
like,
it?
see, it's right here.
Lowell can't see it through when he's looking at magically. It's just not there.
That
I will tell Lani
magically?
this.
Oh,
Not magically, yes, you can see it.
Okay. So it's impervious to magic sight.
yes. Or hides from magic.
Not just impervious to magic sight, it doesn't seem to exist in magic sight. Magic
It's-
cannot see it or touch it.
It sounds like a ring of non-detection. Something similar to that.
Well, the ring of mind shielding turns itself invisible. It's a very interesting invisible ring, as someone found out when they bought it. The ring turned invisible. What about me? No, you're still perfectly fine. But I bought an invisible ring. Yes, you did.
Yes, the ring's invisible. That's right. There are uses for things like that.
Well, particularly if you want to have enchantments or spells, but not have people know you have a ring that has enchantment and spells.
Exactly. Particularly if you know someone who can do a magic aura spell to conceal its aura as well.
Okay, so yes, you have got the name Magic Crown. You have managed to successfully battle different sphere effects, meaning you're not sure what there is left to do.
The other half of the crown.
I have to
Find the other half of the crown.
And then
Presumably down the passageway to the west at the present time.
I was gonna say, because we've gone through water, earth, air, fire.
And
So-
darkness.
Yeah.
Oh, was this going through
Entropy,
darkness?
yeah.
Well, considering it was nothingness,
Yeah,
which
sure.
is
Nothing.
a symbolism of entropy,
Yeah.
complete darkness.
So we have to find the other half of the crown and find the true crown. Assuming if it's down here.
You were told it wasn't on the. It's not in the center of the island.
Yeah.
The villagers told you it was to
It
the
was
west.
yeah,
of the
so like
plateau.
you have the island island that we're on, we were told that it's at the other side of the lake. Is that right?
Just off the plateau.
Just off the plateau.
Which for a lot of people can be. The distance is very. When it's described over history.
Well, the way, the passage out is westwards, so that could be leading us to the
It could be
That's
leading
true.
us out.
throne.
And as we're at 10:15, it's a good place for us to finish the night, having gathered half a crown.
Yay!
Okay, it's an advance.
And it
I was
really
gonna
Fair
say,
plan.
it's- therefore it's not a very heavy crown, so there's no burden.
So I will send it to end credits and then we can chat.